Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day of Gloomhaven. Sorry for the brief break, pause, whatever you want to call it. Hold on, let me just pause. Speaking of the stream on my computer, but yes, unfortunately, the flu was not so kind. It's been a rather busy time, and we had friends visiting, and then I had the flu, which was thanks to the very kind boyfriend of our female friend who was visiting. I mean, not really his fault, right? And then, hey, prototype. Yes, I am back. Thank you for the tip. Appreciate it. But yes, and then I got sick because of him, because he was actually sick and brought it here. And then we had friends visiting again, which is why I wasn't able to stream at the end of last week, even though the flu was gone at that point. But now I'm back and flu free, so we're going to get back into beating this scenario that we apparently lost to. What's interesting is I thought that I had enhanced. I think I missed last week's tip, so you get double this week. Fair enough. Thank you. I'm not sure you. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Given that I didn't stream, that's fair, I suppose. Although it's kind of me who missed last week's tip, then, right? But I appreciate it nonetheless. All right. So what's funny is I thought that I had actually enhanced empathetic assault already, but I guess I hadn't. So we're gonna do that as our very first thing here. We did enhance swift bow, so I don't know. For some reason I thought we did. I thought we played that scenario with it enhanced, but I guess we didn't. Anyway, we'll spend that money now, and I'll go back and check in the replay at some point, I guess. Oh no, it's 'cause it's 50 gold, not 30. Yeah, okay, that's why we haven't done it yet. No, so we need 10 more gold. Okay. For some reason I was thinking of 30, but that's the +1 move. Okay, so let's get all the cards together. We are going to be redoing the same scenario, which is scenario 25. We'll be sticking with +2 difficulty since obviously we lost. Although we lost because of stupidity, but still, I mean, it would be kind of silly to increase difficulty after losing, I think. Alright, let's just fan all these cards out. So we'll just need to do our city event and then a road event. So obviously in a situation like this, we have the option to not go back and do a city event, and thereby you get to skip a road event. Road events are, I mean, skew more towards negative, so there's certainly some motivation to do this, but city events are generally so positive and important for, well, at the same time, we don't actually really care about getting more prosperity at this point. 4 prosperity is where kind of we want to be at, period. We could get money, but that's actually not so likely. I may have just talked myself out of it. Yeah, I think I have actually. So generally speaking, I would recommend people, after they fail a scenario, go back to Gloomhaven so they can redo a city event and then a road event. This will help you progress the campaign more. But actually, like I said, I don't really want prosperity, so there's not really much I can get. I guess I can unlock a scenario. There is actually one specific scenario I'd really like to do. I didn't get to do it in my last campaign. All right, let's do it anyway. Hello, Isio. Welcome back. All right, yeah, let's do a city event. Still, let's do this the proper way. So we're just gonna do our city event, which does mean we have to do a road event, which kind of sucks, but I think it's probably worth it. No, well, was not worth it. Excuse me one second while I blow my nose. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oops. Let's put this away. My bad there. Yeah. So I played my Mindthief since you last streamed, and I was able to gain 14 experience compared to my friends like 8 or so. I gained exactly enough for me to level up to 5. I am now only like 9 XP behind my friends as compared to like 15, 20 behind. All right, yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, 14 is really about where, I mean, that's kind of the sweet spot for the Mindthief, right around there. I would say 13 to 14 is what you can expect, so on average per scenario. So that sounds good. I'm happy to hear you've caught up a little bit. All right, well, unfortunately, we did get punished in the end for our decision there, but so be it. So we each gained a curse and nothing else. Not really ideal, but so be it. Were there negative effects at the beginning of the scenario? Oh yeah, it was 2 -1s to each character's attack modifier deck as a scenario effect, but I think we've already done, no, we have not. I guess I removed those last time? There's one that's still, oh no, we have, because there's 15, yeah, so that's why there's 9 there, yep. So we have 2 left in each deck still. Okay, so that's all good. Oops. So we can shuffle these up, shuffle that up, shuffle all these things. All right, so let's do our battle goals before we forget. It's amazing. We've actually consistently remembered battle goals recently. I suppose all it took was one character who could just never complete a battle goal in order for us to remember. In my solo campaign, I'm about to retire Cthulhu and Eclipse to get Music Note and Lightning Bolt. All right. And so have you enjoyed that party composition in the end? I know you were a little bit skeptical at first, hesitant. Use no items or loot 5 or more money tokens. That's an interesting one, right? A Tinkerer is not particularly apt at looting. The biggest reason why the Tinkerer is not particularly good at looting is, well, so the Tinkerer has no top loot actions, which are really the best. Although, I mean, that's more hit or miss. A lot of people don't loot with these anyway. More frequently, you loot by moving onto things. But the Tinkerer, being a ranged character, needs to move less, and the Tinkerer has a lot of nice non-move bottom actions. Enhancement Field, Volatile Concoction, the bottom heal on Harmless Contraption. Later on, you'll get another bottom heal. No, don't we already have the other bottom? No, the next bottom heal is next level. Wait, what level is the good other good bottom heal? Anyway, I mean, we'll get another bottom heal and another bottom attack. So basically, the Tinker has a lot of nice non-move bottoms. So the Tinker doesn't want to move much. Even something like Restorative Mist still necessitates moving to a specific location, or an ideal location generally, for this effect, which means that it's not so easy to just move on to coins. You have less incentive to just move and pick up coins than other classes do. So looting is not great. Using no items is definitely possible for the Tinker. 2 check marks does give us a full perk, which is nice. Tinker's modifier deck isn't great, but it's not terrible. I mean, getting a +3 would be nice. It's actually a pretty tough call. I think I'm going to go in favor of the picking up 5 coins. The biggest reason for this is I actually really just want to pick up 5 coins with the Tinker anyway, because I want to try to get the Tinker's enhancement, which I've been saving for a while. So this falls in line with something that I want to do anyway, whereas using no items would actively be negative for the Tinker, and we did lose the scenario last time. Individually, I like them, but don't think they go well together, though it's forced me to play a lot differently. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a reasonable assessment of liking them individually, but they don't have that much natural synergy. Although, anytime you have 2 characters that are like that, I think of any 2 characters like that, they're still pretty decent, is I guess how I should put it. Alright, we didn't gain any levels or anything like that. 197. Oh, we did gain a level here, and we already... no, I guess we gained that level before, because I think, yeah, I'm sure we had Massive Start the last time we did this scenario. We just forgot to put the check mark there. And it's far from getting a level there. Okay, great. Come back to me. There we go. So you do have the appropriate health, yes. Do we want to change what we brought? Should we bring the invis? No, I don't think so. I think what we have is fine. Let's get the rest of the battle goals. Loot no money tokens or take only short rests. We did get the treasure last time, so the treasure is not here. So it is theoretically possible for us to do this. We also do really want 10 gold though, in order to get our enhancement we've been saving for. So looting no money tokens is kind of brutal. At the same time, modifiers are very good for the Mindthief. Mindthief has one of the better modifier decks in the game. Taking only short rests is also difficult. I mean, it's definitely much easier to take only short rests than only long rests, but I would say there's a reasonable chance you want to take at least one long rest per scenario. I mean, obviously that's why this goal exists. I think this is tough. I guess this is easier to control than this is. I mean, technically both of them are, but then we missed the enhancement. No, it's fine. We'll get the enhancement at some point. And we have someone else who specifically wants to pick up the coins. The worst part is we're going to be giving a lot of coins to the Scoundrel who needs the coins the least, although the Scoundrel is also the best suited to pick them up. So I should say that they do work well together since they can synergize a bit, but I love the place out. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. All right. 13 or more experience or cause a trap to be sprung. Ugh. We don't have the push. Yeah, the push is all on the Mindthief. Because there will be traps that are sprung here. I guess I'll try to gain 13 or more experience. I'm not sure how likely that is, but it can happen. It's not great battle goals overall for all of us, but yeah, can't have it all. All right, so let's set up the first room and hope to not have such a terrible first turn as last time. I believe there are all 6 of them. Yes. All right, let's been a while, so now I've got to try to remember exactly how I did it last time, because my strategy was good last time. Does Scoundrel not gain a ton of XP? For some reason, I feel like she would. Scoundrel has good experience gain, without a doubt. So typically your backstab type attacks. It's funny. It's the fact that there's an attack called backstab makes the naming conventions for the Scoundrel's abilities so much more annoying. So thematically, these things where you have to have an ally adjacent to the enemy, these are like backstabs in like the typical D&D setting. You know, you have an ally next to the enemy, so therefore you can like flank or backstab them, but you can't call them backstab attacks. I mean, you can, but because there is an actual attack that's backstab, which is confusing. You also can't call them flanking strikes because one of them is flanking strikes. They're not really sneak attacks, right? Because sneak attack more has to do with invisibility usually, but I guess you could say that. I mean, otherwise you just say the scoundrel's attacks which require allied adjacency, but this is so wordy. Let's try. Is there a better term that we could have for this? The scoundrel stavities? I don't know. Anyway, these attacks, the three of them, so single out, open wound, and flanking strike, you usually count on getting experience from these. This is actually one of the things that feels really bad about playing the scoundrel in a party that doesn't provide a melee ally, is not only will you feel less effective, but you also gain significantly less experience. The boosted attacks, yeah, fair enough. So the scoundrel's boosted attacks usually give experience. In a party like this, they do often, but not all the time, because the Mindthief doesn't always move and sometimes can fight enemies on her own anyway. And then also both the flurry and throwing knives range attacks give experience. So yes, typically the scoundrels is on the higher end of experience gain, but 13 is still a lot for the scoundrel. I mean, I think you can easily get to 13 in a scenario with the scoundrel, especially if you're playing on a more reasonable difficulty. Can the scoundrel do range? Yes, yeah. So the scoundrel has very decent range actually, which is, I mean, at least at early levels. So the Scoundrel has Swift Bow as a level 1 card, which is attack 3, range 4, which is better than, for example, anything the Spellweaver has so at level 1. Also has Throwing Knives, which is as good as the Tinker's 2-target ranged attack at level 1, except slightly better because it gives experience. And then at level 4, we have Flurry of Blades, which is the exact same attack as Throwing Knife, throwing knives, except with one more target and still giving experience. So yeah, the scoundrel actually has a significant amount of ranged attack still, but the scoundrel will never be, at least like there is a build that relies on using the throwing knives. I'm not sure this is a great build because it relies on 1 to 2 persistent losses, which is just something the scoundrel can ill afford. But I don't know. Regardless, it is a build. It theoretically can work, but it certainly, if you're going to go for that, is better at higher level. I mean, either like at level 1, your range attacks are quite good because you have 2 and their numbers are quite high, or once you have the persistent losses to make that build better, are the 2 times that this would really peak. Otherwise, you really do rely on melee allies and adjacency. Yeah, the specking into range would require, I mean, realistically, you need level 9 for Watch It Burn, but what is the, because there is another one. Yeah, I mean, I guess it always is that, because yeah, you want kind of these two together. Although that's why I think this build is a bit obscene. But realistically, the thing which makes the ranged build for the Scoundrel work is to have Watch It Burn, which is the top persistent loss, which gives poison and wound on all your range attacks. This allows you to basically spread poison and wound to the entire room with your multi-target ranged attacks. The biggest downside of this build is that poison and wound, I mean, they don't stack. So, you know, as opposed to something like Curse, which if you hit, I mean, if each of your attacks have Curse, this is great because you just keep building up more curses. Whereas here, having all your attacks have wound and poison means you need to keep hitting different enemies. So you run into a bit of a Cragheart-like problem where you damage a bunch of enemies, but you don't kill anything, or you're not very good at killing anything. On top of that, like I said, in order for the attacks really to deal damage, you need 2 persistent losses, not just 1. And in that case, you're playing 2 persistent losses on a class of 9 cards, which is difficult in most scenarios. All right. But yeah, so unfortunately that party that you have there isn't very kind to a scoundrel. But, I mean, she can still just pick up what range attack she can. You'll have, like I said, Swift Bow, Throwing Knives, Flurry of Blades. Level 6, you'll gain Burning Oil, which is also a good range attack. Okay. So, I'm pretty sure the cards we took last time were fine. I mean, we just lost in the last room because of stupidity, like I said. So I think everything we had was good thus far. So what exactly was our plan here? We're gonna let the hounds run up to us, if I remember correctly, and then blast them up, right? is how it's going to work, something like that. It was like enhancement field, and then the poison attack. The reason we want to do the poison attack, so enhancement field would be better with reviving shock, but there's the possibility, I guess with -2 movement, we always do get, because they have 5 by default? No, 4, so -2 movement puts it here. Yeah. Oh no, but this one, yes. So if they have -2 movement, then actually there would only be one hound in range for us to attack. And -2 movement is the hounds have 2 cards that can give them -2 movement. So if they were to get -2 movement, the regulars would just end up here and here would be the closest. The elite will make it basically all the way up. Well, not all the way up, but closer. So the reason why we don't want to use reviving shock, which would be better with enhancement field, is because we aren't guaranteed to get 2 targets. Whereas by using toxic bolt, because we're going to go first anyway, because we're using enhancement field, obviously our allies want the buff. The having the poison will give 1 more damage kind of anyway, so we'll only be getting 1 damage here, but by poisoning before any of our allies go, we should be adding at least 1 more damage. So it's still alright. I mean, obviously the poison will always do that, whereas reviving shock, that extra 1 damage will be lost here, but I still think this is just safer since we can't count on the hounds necessarily moving all the way towards us. Okay. So what was it the Mindthief did then? What was the enhancement for the Mindthief you were talking about? Putting Strengthen on the bottom of Empathetic Assault. So the first enhancement I would always recommend doing on the Mindthief, and I would do this as soon as I possibly can every single time, is to put +1 range on Perverse Edge. It's an enormous impact on the usability of this card. I mean, it is already your best action, like not counting the Mind's Weakness at level 1, and honestly, it's probably your best action until level 6, if I'm being perfectly honest. So yeah. And the biggest limitation of it, obviously, is just the 2 range. Getting 1 more range on it makes it so much easier to use this regularly. It also makes it easier to use a combination of this plus Mass Hysteria or Hostile Takeover. And not needing to use Scurry to get in position to use this. So I would always do this enhancement first, and then I would always do Strengthen on the Heal 2 Self on Empathetic Assault, because this gives 2 rounds of Strengthen, which is really, really good. Even though, I mean, yeah, some people argue how effective Strengthen is. I think you should still always do this. I think mathematically it's way too good, but some people think that because you end up with a lot of rolling modifiers in the Mindthief, the Strengthen's a little bit worse than Bless. I would just say don't take the bad rolling modifiers, but if you start a Mindthief at very high level with a high lineage, so you start with like 13 perks or something like that anyway, then you can consider doing Bless rather than Strengthen. But I still don't believe that that's actually correct. But other people think it's probably fine. All right. So, what do we want to do for the Mindthief? I don't remember. I mean, the best is to use Mass Hysteria, right? While we have Enhancement Field. I don't think that's what we did last time, but I think that's actually a fine idea. If we just move here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So even if they get -2 movement, we'll still be able to hit 3 hounds with Mass Hysteria. It's pretty good. And it creates ice for us. Yeah, I think this is fine. And if they don't get -2 move, we'll get to hit 4 rounds. This will be 8 damage attack this round with Muddle. So we just have to go late. Let's go at 79, I guess, just to go as late as humanly possible to make sure that we do go after the hounds this time. Because last time that's how we got ruined. Although hopefully they're not going to do that to us again. Okay, and so then for the Scoundrel, we're also going to try to take advantage of... Oh yeah, so here it was kind of the same thing. So let's see. 1, 2. So the Scoundrel... Yeah, so what's awkward is the Scoundrel needs to hit... Shuffle our decks? I mean, we'd like to use Flurry here, because then we could hit 3 targets. We get 1 more damage off of enhancement field, but let's see what happens. So if they get -2 movement, then these hounds will be here and here. In that case, we can go to this spot or this spot, and we will be able to hit both of these hounds here. Plus, obviously, the elite will always be able to hit. The problem actually with this, though, is that the elite should go 1, 2, 3, and then like be here, here. So if we move up here and hit the elite, then we're actually going to get retaliated, which sucks. So basically, if they do -2 movement, we're not going to want to... I mean, I guess we're never going to want to hit the elite. So let's see, if they don't have -2 movement, the elite will go, let's say, to here. Or here, it doesn't really matter. Those two will be here. So it's like a elite, regular. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. But then, yeah, so then these will be clumped here. So then in that case, I could move here and hit all 3 of these. Let's try it. I know last time we didn't do it, but this time I believe. We can't get dicked that badly that many times in a row. All right, we need to go as late as possible, which basically means we need to play single out just for generic move. And we are going to Hammond Potion it back because we have an odd number of cards to our hand and because we'd like to have the single out attack for later. All right, let's give this a try. I think this is okay. Oh. Please, hounds? Okay, so that's fine. So that's what we wanted to see. All right, so the elite goes first, has 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And attacks the Tinkerer. So the attack is an attack 4. Everyone's back up to their full healths. Yep, HPs and XPs are reset. So we can get started. So an attack 4 on the Tinkerer. Alright, starting off big. Not bad, not bad. And then the other hounds are going to go. So they each have 4 movement. Yes. And none of them will be able to make it to attack. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't actually get any closer to moving here, does it? No. From here, it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And here is, from here it's 1, 2, 3. Yep. Nope. No reason to move up anymore. Okay. All right. So then the Tinkerer is going to use Enhancement Field. You and all adjacent allies add +1 attack to all your attacks this round, and then going to use Toxic Bolt. So creating Earth. This gives us an attack 3, range 3 poison. I need to set all the enemies' healths. So it's 11 health for the elite and 8 for all the regulars. Okay. So how are we going to be hitting these? Well, no one's going to attack. Well, at least the Tinker's not attacking the elite because we get retaliated. The Mindthief can actually stay where she is and hit 4 targets. And the Scoundrel can actually stay where she is and hit 3 targets. So in that case, we're always just going to poison one of these two. I guess, does it change anything if we kill an earlier or a later one? I don't think so. No, it shouldn't. All right, well, we'll attack, I guess, number 4. Why not? All right, so we make an attack 3 poison on number 4. Fair enough. Hey, Corlord. Thank you very much for the subscription. I really appreciate it. 5 full months. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. You may see one of those this round. We don't have enhanced empathetic assault yet. All right, and a poison. Fortunately, at least not that one. All right, so then the Tinkerer is done. So then it is the Mindthief's turn. So we're going to use Top of Mass Hysteria, gain 1 experience, and create ice. So this gives us an attack 1, range 4, target 4, muddle. It's attack 2 because we have the buff from Enhancement Field. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need to move at all, so we'll just make the attack first. We'll do numerical order, so we'll do 1, 3, 4, and then 5. So these are all 2s except against the elite where it's a 3. No reason to use anything special here. No. Oh yeah! Since we get to repeat this scenario, we've got the Drakescale Helm to show those stupid spinning drakes who's boss. Take that. Alright, so let's do these attacks. a 2, a 3. Of course on the poisoned one. There it is. And a 2. Well played, Core Lord. Well played. So 2, 3, nothing, and then it was 2, right? Yes. It begins like it ends every time. Alright. And they're all muddled. Let's get a bunch of muddles out here. Hmm. Okay. So then we have a bottom of feedback loop. I guess we'll move up. I don't know where we want to move to. We'd like to be adjacent to one, I think. Actually, maybe not even. From here, we can use Perverse Edge plus Hostile Takeover to stun one and immobilize another. So we actually don't need to move up at all. So I think this is fine. We can actually just stay where we are, as far away from these wolves as possible. And we'll worry about using melee attacks afterwards. The problem is if we were to go up to try to go here to do, like, let's say Mind's Weakness as a top attack plus Perverse Edge as a bottom attack. First of all, Mind's Weakness won't actually kill this one because we didn't deal damage to it here. Our attack would be 4, so we'd have to get a +1. On top of that, we would actually be putting the Mindthief, the squishiest person in the party, in a position to be attacked by all the wolves. So for this reason, I think I'd rather just wait in the corner, like a mouse. So we do have the bottom feedback loop, but we can't do anything significant with it. I don't see any reason to move anywhere other than where we are right now. Advantage to moving up 1, maybe? No, I don't think it matters. I think it's better to stay here. Okay. So then it's the Scoundrel's turn. So the Scoundrel is going to use the top of Flurry of Blades, gaining 1 experience. So this gives an attack 3, range 3, target 3 because of the enhancement field buff. So we're going to do 1, 4, 5. So it's going to be a 3, a 4, and a 3 in that order. Nothing special to use. Oh, wow. What a start. Amazing that those curses would be in the very top of the deck. All right. Wow. Okay. So no damage to the first thing, 3 damage here. I guess that way, because this Mind's Weakness would actually kill, but I guess at the same time we couldn't really count on the Mind's Weakness to kill. The curse could have simply been on the second one. All right, and then we've got the bottom of Single Out as a generic move 2. There's similarly no reason to move up, I think. We're going to want to kill this one next turn, I think. We can do that by poisoning it and then doing what is effectively an attack 5, so it should be 6, which should kill it. So in that case, but I mean, in that case, we don't need to move now, so I think we'll just stay where we are. All right, but so we'll just move in place with Single Out, and then we're going to use a charge of Hamana Potion to get back our Single Out. All right, and then that's the end of the round. So, like I said, our turn is very obvious. We're going to use Flanking Strike because we need to go as early as humanly possible. No pun intended, since the Scoundrel's a human. And then we need to use this with rather than using Single Out, because if we went with Single Out, then our initiative would be determined by Special Mixture and would be 33. We need to use Special Mixture because this Hound actually has 6 life, not 5, so we need the poison to actually give us what is effectively a guaranteed attack 6. It's of course not a guaranteed attack 6, but we've actually already even drawn our -1, so we only have a -2 in our deck. No, sorry, we have no -2, so we only have a single -1 in our deck and a miss, and we've already drawn the -1 and the curse as well. So at this point, the only single thing in our deck that doesn't kill on the poison attack is the miss. Don't even think it, Quarlo. Don't even think it. So yeah, I mean, this is almost, I mean, as guaranteed a kill as we can have, possibly, as we can possibly have. All right. So yes, Mindthief's turn was also already planned out, just to disable 2 of the enemies. Try to limit our incoming damage as much as possible. And then what about the Tinkerer? So let's see. The Mindthief can stun either of one of these 2 with Perverse Edge, and then can immobilize either I mean, any of the other 2. I mean, the other one or the back one. So what can the Tinker do? Well, the Tinker needs to go before 19, that's for sure. Oof. So I guess we're going to play Net Shooter just for initiative. I suppose that's okay. Reviving Shock is actually the best attack we can make here with the Tinker. So the Tinker could CC one, but actually since the Mindthief can stun this one and disarm or immobilize this one, sorry, I've been saying disarm, I think. That'll eliminate this as an attacker. Scoundrel eliminates this as an attacker. So this and this by the Mindthief, this by the Scoundrel, so that just leaves this one or one of the back ones. Now the back ones are, I mean, they might not even make it if they get -2 movement, and even if they do, I mean, if we eliminate one of these as an attacker but leave this, it doesn't change much. Although there is the muddle to consider, but still doesn't change. I mean, the muddle doesn't do that much. So in that case, the Tinker might as well try to eliminate this one as an attacker. Now, obviously, the Tinker can always eliminate one as an attacker by using the stun, but there's a couple problems with that. Well, first of all, we'd be wasting what is essentially the Tinker's best non-loss attack on something with only 2 health anyway. So basically, the stun would be wasted because any attack actually kills. I mean, more or less. So actually, we can just use Reviving Shock as an attack because that'll be giving us effectively an attack 3. So only was it us who's drawn a no? So we still got our curse. So I guess a curse, a miss, yeah, a curse or a miss are the only things that don't do it. The -1 doesn't, and we don't have a -2. And in the case of a curse or miss, there's just nothing we can do about it. It also gives us 2 extra damage on another target, which is nice. And the stun also, it's still 20 initiative, so we'd still need something else for initiative. Why is 19 so important? Well, we talked about this last time, but for anyone who wasn't there before, although actually I think I know everyone who's here right now anyway. I mean, the Hounds have 2 cards at 19 initiative, so it is really important to beat their 19. For that reason, we're going to use Net Shooter for initiative anyway, so we can get away with using Reviving Shock to attack. Okay, let's go. Yeah, standard turn from the Hounds, that's fine. So, the Scoundrels first, we're going to do move 3, poison, target 1 adjacent enemy. Move to here, and poison the Elite Hound. Then we're going to use the top of Flanking Strike, giving us attack 3, gain +2, attack, and gain 1 experience, or add +2 attack and gain 1 experience when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. So we gain 1 experience, and this is an attack 6 because of the poison. Well, 5 would have done it, but better safe than sorry. Modifier deck wasn't that good just yet. Okay. Our thing is to witness 2 people retiring. Yes, okay. And our battle goal is experience, so this is all irrelevant. All right, so we're done. So then it's the Mindthief's turn. So the Mindthief is going to create ice and gain 2 experience. We're going to use the top of Hostile Takeover and the bottom of Perverse Edge. So we're going to use the bottom of Perverse Edge as an attack 1, range 3 stun, targeting Hound number 1. Okay, 2 damage. And then we're going to use the Immobilize attack 2, range 4 from Hostile Takeover, targeting Hound number 3. Okay. Down to 1. And immobilized. Oops, forgot to put the stun here. No, Mindthief is a good class. Alright, so then we're done, and now it's the Tinker's turn. So the Tinker is going to use Reviving Shock as attack 2, range 3, target 2. It's going to target, I guess we can actually just kill this one here. I mean, this makes the immobilize pointless, but it's still better. Like, we could hit this one and this one, or this one and this one. We always have to hit number 4, so the question is just 1 or 3. But 1 can actually just be killed by the Scoundrel, who can just make an attack 4 next turn anyway. And using this opportunity to be able to finish off this one while finishing off this one allows us to then next turn focus on the only remaining Hounds with stuns. Yes, Holy Status affects Batman indeed. That is what the Mindthief does. It's a fun class. Although I guess a little bit was provided by the Tinker. A little bit. Alright, so we'll just do, like I said, 3 and 4, just so we can try to eliminate 2 Hounds completely and make it easier for us to crowd control the remaining ones. So we'll do 4 and then 3 in that order. So 4 first. Oop, not there. Here. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so we got a -1 here. So our 2 was +1 because of poison, so 3, and then -1 becomes 2, but that does still kill. And then here we got a +0, so this is 2 because no poison, so both of these Hounds die. Which is exactly what we were hoping for. It is team small, there's no doubt about that. And yes, the Tinker, it's true that the last team was team small. I mean, there's no doubt that the Tinker had a big impact on the beginning of the scenario with Enhancement Field. Although, yeah, to claim that it's anything but the Mindthief carrying any party Well, which really, when the Mindthief carries the party, it's really just His Highness sitting in the background actually being the one doing the carrying. All right. Ugh, this is tough now. We want coins, but it's not the time to get them just yet. So we have our bottom action still with Net Shooter, because that was just our top of Reviving Shock. So these hounds have 4 movement. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So if we move up to get the coin, the problem is both of these hounds are going to attack us. They only attack for 3 each, but that's going to be 6 with 7 life. I mean, it only takes a single +1 for us to have to lose a card, and we don't really want to have to lose a card for nothing. Also, if we end up just moving back 1, what's going to happen, or staying where we are, I guess is fine. Then this hound will go 1, 2, 3 to here, and then this hound 1, 2, 3, 4, because it actually won't be able to move up to attack anything. Yeah, actually, it's better we don't move back, because otherwise it go 1, 2, 3. No, it can never make it, but still. So by not moving up, we'll actually prevent hound number 6 from actually attacking anyone, which is obviously ideal. Okay. Yeah, that works. So the only question is it better to have the Tinker here than here? Maybe. Because this way the Mindthief can make a melee attack on the one that's here without having to go adjacent to 2. It's a good question. Yeah, it's probably better to have the Tinker in the back line, since the Tinker is actually the one with the least remaining health at this point. Alright, so the Tinker is done, so then the Hounds go. So it's 4 movement, like I said. 1, 2, 3 to here. 1, 2, 3. So focus is here. Yeah, can't get any closer than this, so stays there. So who did we unlock with the last party, and who will we unlock with this party? All right, happy to answer that. So thus far we have unlocked Sun, 3 Spears, and Angry Face. We actually unlocked Sun with a Reputation, but I think that was also one of the ones, well, it is one of the ones we unlocked the last party. So thus far, yeah, we have Angry Face, 3 Spears, and Sun, and this party will unlock Music Note, Sun. So we'll satisfy all 3 conditions for unlocking Sun, and triangles or Triforce. Okay. So, oops, I've got to actually make their attacks. So hound number 2 will attack the Scoundrel, making an attack 3 on the Scoundrel. Alright, so 2 damage, that's fine. And then that's the end of the round. Alright. These are gone. So what's our plan now? Man, having to beat 19 is so annoying. I can't actually beat it and contribute. So I guess we're just not beating it. Yeah, I mean, we don't really need to move here. I guess we can actually use Valtalk Concoction here. We've got Ice, and I don't think the Mindthief needs it this turn. So by doing that this turn, then we can just heal next turn. It's not like we need the healing that much, and we'll just stun one of the Hounds, because that'll just eliminate one for one turn. So this is always a pretty safe play. We don't need to use any loss attacks here. We're already pretty well in control of this combat. So the Scoundrel can actually kill off Hound number 1. For the same reasons as our attack were safe that our attack was safe last time, only a miss fails. This is because Open Wound is an attack for 4. Do we need to go earlier? Hounds can go at 7, so let's actually use Backstab to go at 6. Are we going to lack initiative after this, though, if we do it like this? No, we'll have a 10 still and a 16. I think that's fine. So by going at 6, we beat the Hound 7, and we get an attack 4 on the Hound number 1, which should kill it. And then the Tinker stuns one of these. Unfortunately, probably after they go, but well, I mean, it's still better. Then we just don't have to worry about it the following round. As for the Mindthief, I guess we want to save the self-heal for after we take some Retaliate here, since we haven't taken any damage yet. So in that case, I guess it's just the Mind's weakness to attack. Maybe we go late then? Since we don't have so much good initiative left, we can actually afford to waste... I mean, we can only have 2 turns of good initiative by playing these 2 for bottom actions with like these 2 for top actions, which actually works quite well. So in that case, we can actually just go with our late initiative this round, which is fine. We're not going to have ice again is the annoying thing. Well, we'll never get to use the top of Frigid Apparition powered up, but that's okay. I think it should just be a killing attack anyway at this point as an attack 5. Once we have our Mind's Weakness up, I don't think it matters so much that we won't have the stun. Okay, this works. 26, so we do get this done before they go. That's great. All right. Well, anyway, first we have the Scoundrel. So we have an attack 4 on Hound number 1 with open wounds. Not getting any bonus here, but again, we don't need it. Okay. Killing there. And then we've got the bottom of Backstab as a move 6. Where do we want to move? If we move up, we get attacked by both, but it's just 2 attack 3s. I guess that's fine. So the Mindthief is going to... I guess the Mindthief can move here and attack either one of them. That way the Scoundrel can attack the... I mean, whichever... have adjacency to attack whichever we want. So that works. So let's just move over here, I suppose. In that case... Well, I guess this can be the how we stun. Either one can be. Doesn't matter. All right. Yeah, we'll just grab this coin. I mean, yes, we know the Tinker needs to pick up some number of coins, but it's not like a Scoundrel's just not going to pick up coins. Come on. It's a Scoundrel. All right, so then the Tinker goes. We're going to use Stun Shot, attack 1, range 3 stun. We're going to target Hound number 2. So do we want him to stay where he is or to go here? It doesn't really change much. Either way, he dies on top of another coin. I guess. So if the Mindthief goes here and uses Mind's Weakness in attack 3, then next turn the Scoundrel's attack kills. So we can leave the other one to be the one that we stun. Yeah, sure. So we'll stun in there then. All right, so attack 1 on Stun Shot, targeting Hound number 2. Attack 1, range 3 stun. Okay. Big damage. Just what the Tinker is known for. Stun goes there. And then we'll use the bottom of... Oh, this actually should have been on the... Yeah, that was a mistake. The Scoundrel should have moved 1 less, so we could have used Volatile Concoction on him. The Mindthief has better cards to get back, I would say, but the Scoundrel has less longevity. It's not a huge deal either way, though. All right, so we'll consume the ice with Volatile Concoction. One ally within range 2 may recover up to 1 of their discarded cards because we consumed ice, up to 2 of their discarded cards instead. So the Mindthief can get 2 cards back. And surely enough, we're going to get back our good cards. So, Perverse Edge. I guess Hostile Takeover. Kind of the same. Actually, I guess we'd rather have a move 4 for going towards the door. So that's actually our only move 4, so we'll keep that for after the fighting. All right. So then we're done. So then the hounds go. So this one's stunned. So there's just hound number 6, which attacks the Scoundrel, making an attack 3, 2. Okay. So the hounds are done. Then the Mindthief goes. Can use the bottom Silent Scream. We can push. Just do anything. I'm not sure that it really does. No. So we'll just move to here. Do we even have a Hammer to push on him? We do, but there's no reason to use it here. We have an even number of cards in our hand, and we don't really need anything particular back. So we'll just move to there, and then we'll use the Mind's Weakness to make an attack 3, targeting Hound number 6. So using the bottom Silent Scream to move, and the top of the Mind's Weakness, activating it, we gain 1 experience, and this gives +2 on all our attacks. So the attack 1 plus the +2, so we get attack 3 on the left Hound. Okay, not bad. Makes the Scoundrel a little more redundant here, but so be it. And then they have 1 retaliate, correct? Yes. So then we take 1 damage. All right, and then we're done. Okay, so in that case, throwing knives actually kills, because that, again, the hound has only 2 life now, and we always get a minimum 2 attack anyway. We just have to move away. No kidding. How is Swiftbow here? Now we need to move away first, unfortunately, before we attack. So I guess it's not Swiftbow this turn at least. Maybe it can be Swiftbow next turn. But yeah, we've already got good initiative, so let's just use this to move away. We're just going to take a step back and then throw our daggers, basically. Very thematically. Okay. Then we've got a very easy turn for the Mindthief as well, actually, where we're going to get to push this one away and then stun it with the Perverse Edge. And so what is the Tinker going to do here? So the Tinker wants to, well, the Tinker has no non-loss attacks left, so we're definitely not attacking. So the question is, do we want to move and heal, or do we want to use a bottom heal and a top heal? I think a bottom heal is not a bad idea. But who needs healing? So the Tinkerer needs 5 healing. The Mindthief doesn't really need any because the Mindthief has Empathetic Assault the next 2 turns. The Scoundrel needs 4 healing, but the Scoundrel is going to be too far away because Scoundrel goes to 10, has to step away. So what if we just move and heal this turn? And we can maybe move to where a coin would be. So that would be here. Well, we kind of need to stay, we kind of want to stay over here so we can get this coin as well. So what if we heal ourselves twice here and then save the heal 4? That works. So do like this and this, and not, this way we don't move, and that way we can step over and pick up the coin that's going to be left. I guess at the same time the Hound can just be pushed to here, but either way, this way we won't have moved past the coin and then need to come back after we kill this Hound, because we do really want to try to pick up as many of these coins as we can. All right, and this way we'll get a total of 5 healing on ourselves, putting us up to 12, and then after that we can use our top heal 4 while moving to heal the Scoundrel up to full as well. Okay, this works. Let's go. Okay, so the Mindthief is first. So we're going to end up gaining 2 experience here. Oops. Yeah. If only the Tinker could gain experience like the Mindthief could, huh? Okay. So the Mindthief's going to gain 2 experience here. So we're going to use the bottom of Perverse Edge. No, we need to use the top of Fearsome Blade first. So we're going to get an attack 2 plus 2 from Mind's Weakness. So an attack 4, push 3. We are going to use the push. And I guess it does make sense to push the Hound this way rather than this way because it makes the coin, puts the coin in a better path towards the door. So yeah, we'll be attacking number 2 and pushing. So attack 4, push 3. Ooh, okay. So that gives a 6 actually, which puts the Hound down to 1. And puts the Hound to there. Well, I guess this Hound's going to be dead in the end. In that case, we could pick up a coin, but there's just no reason to. Could move instead. Does it help us that much if we move? Let's see, after this we've got to move 5 plus a move 2, theoretically. So if we don't move now, can we still make it to the door easily enough? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. Easily. So we have to go around that, but we shouldn't have to. Yeah, let's just attack this Hound then. Yeah, that's for the one experience anyway we've already gained. Alright, so Perverse Edge attacking the non-adjacent Hound. Okay, so that Hound's dead. Oops. Sorry, I ran out of allergy medicine. I need to get a prescription to get some more, so my nose is going to be a little bit bad. I apologize. Okay, so then it's the Scoundrel's turn. So we're going to actually just move over to this coin. Just making sure to be efficient with our coin picking upping. And then we're going to use the top of Throwing Knives, gaining 1 experience. Yeah, I guess it's better this way. I mean, technically we could do it the other way. We could use the top of Single Out to attack this Hound, but it's actually better to use Throwing Knives than Single Out. So again, as we currently have the -1 from our deck in our discard here, we only have, we have no negative modifiers except for a miss. So if we make an attack 5 or an attack 2, either way, it either misses or it kills. And if it misses, better not to get the 1 retaliate. So yes, so we'll move to here first, and then we'll use Throwing Knives. We've already gained the 1 experience, yes. So making an attack 2 on the 1 remaining Hound. And we've butchered all the dogs. Okay. And then we're done. And so then it's the Tinkerer's turn. So the Tinker, as expected. I guess there's a decent chance that we'd long rest, but I guess we have nothing else to do while moving anyway than heal, so we can just, yeah. So we will double heal ourselves using both the, I guess we could just move then this turn. This way we get another coin now instead of using a bottom heal. Yeah, that's fine. So I guess we'll just use the top heal of Restorative Mist for a heal 3 on the Scoundrel, actually. I know this is less efficient if we don't end up long resting, but I'm pretty sure we're going to end up long resting. And since we're going to long rest, it's better this way. This way, now when I do a heal 4 on myself and then I long rest, I'm at full. Whereas if I did the heal 3 on myself and then the heal 4 on the Scoundrel, I guess it actually would be the same no matter what. If the Scoundrel long rests, it would change nothing. Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, the Scoundrel's missing. Yeah, so if we use the heal 3 on ourself now, and then use the heal 4 on the Scoundrel next turn, yeah, it doesn't change anything. I guess it, what, does it free us up from having to use the heal next turn? But that doesn't change anything either. No, and we're always using the heal next turn, so it still doesn't change anything. It means that if neither of us end up long resting, then we each have our 1 health higher. Well, no, not really. No, it's the exact same. Yeah, this is silly. So sure, let's just use the heal 3 on ourselves now then. Because we're always using this next turn. Yep. All right. So we'll use the top of Restorative Mist to heal ourselves for 3, and then we're going to use the bottom of Harmless Contraption just as a generic move too. Just so we can pick up a coin. As we need to get towards our goal. Okay. And that's the end of the round. So then we need to do our heal 4, and it doesn't matter which move 4 we use. We're not going to be moving forward though, we're just going to move to that stack of 2 coins. The Mindthief is going to do a little self-healing, and the move also doesn't really matter. I mean the non-move. And the Scoundrel is going to pick up the remaining coin and go towards the door. No. All right. Yes, if we'd done it the other way, then if we heal the Scoundrel for 3, heal ourselves for 4. If we don't end up long resting, we end up 1 higher. Because the Scoundrel, yeah, that was it. That was why I wanted to do it this way. I couldn't put it into words, so that's why it didn't make sense. I mean, I knew that there was some reason for it, but basically, there is actually a reasonable chance that we want to long rest on the Scoundrel, but we don't end up long resting on the Tinkerer. And in that case, if we use the heal 3 on the Scoundrel there, the Scoundrel will still get to full health with a long rest, and us with our heal 4 will be at 11 rather than 10, and when we don't long rest. So did we want to do it that way? Is that better then? Let's see how it actually works out this turn. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Easily enough. So the Mindthief is going to go like this, and then next turn move towards the door. Stinker's going to be here and need to move towards the door. Yeah, it is actually going to be like that. So let's actually do it that way. Yep. So we will have used the heal 3 on the Scoundrel last turn. This will be the most efficient with what we'll actually end up doing. Okay. So the Mindthief's first is going to do a move 2, heal 2 self. So she's back up to full and goes to here. And then the Scoundrel goes, so we're going to use the bottom of Swiftbow as a move 2 +1, so move 3, loot every hex you enter with this action. Plus we're going to use our Boots of Striding since we're in a long rest anyway, so we're going to get 5 movement with Swiftbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so, and then we're going to use the top of Duelist Advance to a move 3, attack 3. We're just going to move next to the door. Okay, and then the Tinker is just going to use the top of Stamina Booster as a heal 4, targeting himself, and then use the bottom of Crankbow as a move 4, although not quite so much, because we do want to make sure we get to 5 points. Okay, and then that's the end of the round. So the Scoundrel will long rest, and the Tinker and the Mindthief will continue to move towards the door. All right, so the Mindthief first with a move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the Tinker with just one of these two as a move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a long rest from the Scoundrel. But yeah, here I think it is not worth long resting on the other 2 people and wasting a Scoundrel's turn, because the Scoundrel's turns are actually the most valuable in terms of longevity. And the long rest doesn't give us that much for either of the other people. So we got to decide what to lose here. I think getting rid of throwing knives is fine. The flexibility of range on Swiftbow is actually really important in this room with the rock barrier, as we learned last time. And I don't think we're going to need multiple ranged attacks. We've already got Flurry. We could also theoretically get rid of Backstab, because maybe we don't need that much movement. But it's also a really nice initiative. Although this is also just good initiative. But no, I think throwing knives is the most reasonable to get rid of. I think it's close between that and Backstab, but... Alright, so we're not going to bring a card back for the Mindthief, because here we'll have 8 cards in our hand. We could bring one back and use the Hamina Potion charge to get an extra turn, but we're about to go into a tough room. I don't want to have to play the Mind's Weakness right when I go in. I'd rather just keep it up, and I can save the Hamina Potion for later. Ooh! No, the push is so good here with the value of those traps. Alright, rerolling. Oh, man. It's like, basically, alright. So, Frigid Apparition is our second best non-Mind's Weakness card after Perverse Edge. And Fearsome Blade is significantly worse. It's actually one of our worst cards. But in this coming room, it is actually probably our best card over Perverse Edge. So it sucks that we basically had to keep Fearsome Blade. Obviously, with Silent Scream, we have a little bit more flexibility, but Silent Scream's harder to use than Fearsome Blade, although it does give us another option. It's more of an option than a guarantee. I'd rather keep the thing which is a guarantee and therefore is so powerful. So we kind of had to reroll, I think, going into this next room. And in a normal room, I wouldn't do that, but given that we've already done this scenario, we don't have to pretend like we don't know what's in the coming room, and we do know that what's in the coming room. Fearsome Blade is really important. So I think rerolling was correct, but unfortunately, I mean, there are a lot of things I would have rather lost than Frigid Apparition, which is so important. All right, rerolling. I mean, that's the Tinkerer's single best card, so... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, man. Get trounced on these short rests. Guess we should a long rest. Where's Enteris when you need him? Alright, just gonna quickly blow my nose. Okay, and I'm back. Alright, well, let's bust into this room, shall we? So I don't quite remember the room's layout. So I don't remember exactly how I want to bust into this room. I guess a lot of movement and a big push is probably a safe choice, since we know that there are those traps. Otherwise, we could try doing something with Mass Hysteria or Hostile Takeover. But Hostile Takeover is better saved, I think. Well, no, I guess Hostile Takeover is probably even safer, and using Fearsome Blade the following turn. Alright, let's try that then. Maybe with something like this. Sure, I may need this movement, but we don't actually have that many movement choices. I guess actually... Yeah, so they don't actually... No, they do wound here. So I do actually probably want to try to keep Empathetic Assault, in case I get attacked. Yeah, let's just go like this. Alright. As for you, well, we've got a bunch of big moves. This attack we're more likely to use than this attack, so we're going to move with this. And so then the only question is poison or stun attack, basically. Probably stun attack. I think these enemies are threatening enough that I'd rather have the CC than the extra damage. And our allies hit for such large amounts that the poison is just less valuable. Okay. So let's just try a big move and a bunch of range attacks. That's fine. All right, let's go. So it's the Scoundrel goes first with backstab. We're gonna make move 6. 1. So yeah, there's some stuff to read, but it is only thematic. Let's see if we just kept all these from last time. Let's get rid of the ones in the last room. All right, beautiful. I think what would have been an interesting rule, actually, while we're setting up and just discussing a little bit, would have actually been to use, I think I've probably seen this proposed somewhere. Actually, in this mod, you can't even see them. But in the actual Gloomhaven, there's those 5-piece coins, which I've just absolutely never used. I know the actual purpose for them, supposedly, is just to allow you to hold 5 small coins, basically in the form of a single coin, but I mean, it doesn't happen that much that you have a million coins that you really need those 5, so they basically just go unused. I think it would be an interesting idea to replace treasure chests with those in repeated scenarios. I don't know that they could be worth. The problem is making them worth 5 times a coin is just too much. But it would be better. I mean, you could just replace a treasure chest with just a coin. This at least then there was. I mean, like, so the point what I'm talking about here, or what I mean is, there's this like treasure chest trap area. Except now that there's no treasure chest there, there's just no need to go back there, which is kind of a shame if you replay the scenario because the strategy of the room relies a little bit around that. I mean, the temptation of trying to get back there, and with nothing to get back there, it just kind of it doesn't pull you in that direction. Which is why it'd be nice if the treasure chests on casual mode were replaced with like a coin, and this would give you something to do with those. But 5 times is too much, so I don't know. I guess they could just be coins worth 5 gold guaranteed, but then the scales kind of poorly. Anywho, just a thought. All right, so we'll have these and these. What are you up to? Ooh. Yeah, minus movement is good at least. All right, so we've got 1 elite and 1 regular, huh? Going 59. All right, that's fine. Oh, just like last time. So we need to set their hells. The elite has 11. The regular has 9. All right, and then the spitting drakes. It's just a clump of, well, not quite a clump, but yeah, it's 3 regulars. These have 12 health each, 9 health each. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at where everything's attacking here. 4 range, 3 movement on those spitting drakes. 3. Yeah, not doing us any favors there. Yeah, I can even. So we can never hit this one, but I guess we don't actually need to hit this one because the traps always kill it. We do have to keep it there though, right? So these 2 drakes are basically always hitting people with 3 movement and +1 attack. God, these things are brutal. 2, 3. I mean, there's no way we can immobilize this. I mean, could we just run back? But if we run back, we're not going to push anything into the traps, which sucks. Is it worth it, though? Probably not. Shame we don't have +1 range and hostile takeover. Then we could actually do the run back strategy. But yeah, we can't hostile takeover that there. So I guess it's got to be going to... Wait, don't we want to get hit? With our Drakescale helms that we get free strengthens? It's just such powerful attacks. They're attacking for 5 and we have 12 health. So like I said, we don't need to hit this at all. So what if we just go to... So we do want to take at least one attack, one of the attacks that's unavoidable. We don't want to give them any attacks that would otherwise be avoidable. So if we would have to go to here. No, that doesn't even work. How much movement do we have? A lot of movement, right? Yeah, we got 6. We should go all the way over here. 2, 3. No. Yeah. All right. So then this one. I mean, the problem is it actually does always hit. Is there any way to avoid this Drake hitting someone? Because we actually, like, the Mindthief has to move up to at least within range 4 of this running Drake. Is there anywhere this Drake doesn't get to hit them? Does it actually change anything? So let's have a look at that. Man, this is really annoying. It's crazy that they have -1 movement and they still just hit the absolute entire room. Basically, except for one tiny little corner. So we need to keep this where it is. So this always has to be immobilized so that the following turn we can push it. There's also this, which is... No, I guess that's not going to get hit. Oh, I mean, immobilized or stunned. The Tinker has a stun as well. So one of them has to do with one of these, and one has to do with the other. I guess it's kind of better for the Tinker to stun this, because the immobilized does more damage, and this one will have to be killed without access to those things. So is it better just to accept that the Drakes are always getting hits no matter what? Drakes are annoying. But yeah, I guess it is. So in that case, we should try to take one attack with a Scoundrel. So if we're there, do we get one attack? If the Tinker is here, though? No, I don't think so, right? So the Tinker has to go to here or to here. The Tinker can only make it here. We don't want to move up too much because we actually want the Drakes to have to move towards us so that it makes it easier for us to hit them. If we go to here, we take all the attacks. But I guess here the Tinker is taking all the attacks, except us, we get strengthened instead of muddled, which is a little bit better. But losing cards is so much worse for us. The Tinker can actually afford to lose a card. Alright, I guess we're just going here and kind of hiding out. Man, these Drakes. We got much more fortunate last time. Alright, so is there any reason to attack both? No, right? Because currently we've got our -1 in our discard, and we don't want that back in our deck. So increasing our chances of flipping something else is just bad. We'd rather just hit this one, because like I said, this one will always die to getting pushed through the 2 traps. The traps are damage and stun traps, but even just the damage alone with the amount of push we give always takes this one out. So we'll just stop where we are. We'll use the top of Flurry of Blades to gain 1 experience and make an attack 2, targeting Rending Drake number 3. Alright, nothing. So, I mean, now obviously I wish I would just attack the other target because it would have just been absolutely free damage, even though I suspect he'll die, you never know, but I can't add an additional target after I've declared the attack targets for my attack. Alright, then the Mindthief is up. We've got to move 4 jump. 4 to here. Yeah, because this one will be stunned. And this gives the Scoundrel some adjacency for the following turn. Oh no, but it's this one we want to immobilize. So to here, actually. Okay. So we move to there, using the bottom feedback loop, and then we use the top fossil takeover, gain 1 experience, create ice, make an attack to range 4 immobilized, targeting Drake number 3. And now that we're in the hard room, this is our life. Okay, and then the Tinker goes as I move forward the bottom of Dangerous Contraption. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then uses the top of Stun Shot to make an attack 1 range 3 on the Elite Drake. Well, actually it's fine that we got this here. because again, the damage didn't really matter. This is stunned, and we got rid of our curse at least. So then we're done. So the Rending Drakes, neither of them go. This one's immobilized, this one is stunned. Then there's just the Spitting Drakes. So, 2. Yep. So attack 5, Muddle on the Tinker. So 3. This one will take. We'll have to lose a card for one of these unless they miss. 1, 2. Because from here, so it has to go one more no matter what. This is closer to the target. I guess this is the furthest from all the enemies. All its enemies, this makes sense. 4. So attacking on the Tinker, attacking the Tinker as well. The Tinker's muddled. So this is a 4. Well, maybe a miss, but it seems unlikely. So from here, it's 2, 3. Yeah, you could go again to any of these 3 spaces, but this one's the furthest from all its enemies. I forgot to place all the coins in this room. Thought I forgot something. Okay, and then attacking the Tinker. Alright, so here we have to lose a card. Yeah, we can get rid of Net Shooter. Oops, we're not going to be using that anytime soon. I guess the initiative 19 is not even that significant. We're done with Hounds in this scenario. The Immobilize isn't relevant against the enemies we're facing. The melee enemies in this room should be taken care of within the next turn or so. So there's only ranged enemies left, and in that situation, Ink Bomb is just better. Obviously, this does have the initiative value, but that's basically it. And not enough to keep that. All right, so that's the round. So, as planned, Mindthief needs to move up to there and go as early as humanly possible to make sure that we take care of this Drake before it can do anything. And we're gonna, I guess, can we? Actually can. All right. Yeah, Silent Scream actually kills it. So in that case, I guess the only thing that sucks then about Mass Hysteria is the initiative, but still, we go 1, 2, 3 to here with Silent Scream, and then the push actually puts it through 2 traps and kills it, and then we can actually attack everything in the room with Mass Hysteria, which is actually pretty decent. I mean, just does a little bit of damage, but the muddles can negate some damage, and, well, actually, with how much of their bad stuff they've already gotten, yeah, the muddle's not negating much. Maybe it'll avoid a crit, which could be valuable. Otherwise, worst case, we just do a generic attack 4, which actually might even just be the best. In that case, we should still go as early as possible, actually. Because then, if we do a generic attack 4 on this Drake, and then the Scoundrel goes after us and does, you know, one of the powered up attacks, or called boosted attacks, then as an attack 5, that actually kills this Drake as well, and allows this Tinker to go worry about other things. So that works. And this gives us better initiative to make sure we try to go before the Drake. So we need, the Scoundrel needs to go after the Mindthief. Woof, that hurts a little bit here because we just got rid of our 6. So now we'll have to go at 11. But that's fine, I suppose. This attack, yeah, should be lethal. We have reshuffled our -1, but here we'll have the bonus. Yeah. And then what do we use to move? Well, we don't need the poison right now. Because we should, I mean, we do kill it, short of a miss, because of the wound. And that bonus is unlikely to be good anytime soon because they're all clump, so we could actually just use that to move up, I suppose, as a generic move. So sure. Alright, then what's the Tinker doing? Stunning one would be nice. but it'd also be nice not to have to play something that requires movement. We also have Volatile Concoction, which can give one of our allies some cards back here. Since we have ice, the ice doesn't actually need to be used, although I suppose it can be used. We can create ice again soon. Better to try to save this outside it. I mean, when the combat's dying down a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's fine to actually just do double heal here. By getting more health back, we'll just make it a little bit easier to survive these coming attacks. Although I'm not sure it'll be us that gets attacked, but moving in. Oh yeah, we don't have the stun anyway, so yeah, this really is the best we can do. Because our allies won't be focusing the drakes just yet, so we just need to weather the storm. Our damage is pretty insignificant against them, especially with the muddle. Alright, there we go. Well, we could have ignored the running drakes. Hopefully we kill them, because otherwise we lose. No doubt about that. And this is why strengthen's so valuable too. Because in situations like this, you know you're safe. Mindthief's first. We're going to gain 1 experience by... What? I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. I am such an idiot. It targets all adjacent enemies. I guess I don't have to target all of them, though. Oh, I forgot this targets all adjacent. It's so rare that you actually get to use this. So actually, because this targets all adjacent, I actually can push this Drake into one of the traps as well. So in that case, I actually should have played some sort of a top attack. So I guess I'm actually just going to play the loss on Cranium Overload as the top here. Then the Scoundrel's not going to be hitting anyone is the other problem here. I mean, I guess we're just going to have to do this plus I can attack 3, but that's fine because we're going to be stunning this anyway. Yeah, alright. Man, missed that completely. Just forgot that it targeted all adjacent. Used to most of these pushes, as we've talked about while doing custom class testing with Emrys, most of these bottom move pushes only typically target one enemy, especially with a high push value like this. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna do move 3 and then push 3 target all adjacent enemies. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 to here, and this push goes here and here. So yeah, how much damage were these traps again? Traps are 6 damage. So like I said, that does kill this who has only 11 health, and then we'll do. So we cannot push this to here. No, we can only push it to here, but that's okay. So 1, 2, 3 to here. So this leaves this at 2 life. And stunned. And this one is dead. And stunned. Alright, there we go. Okay. And then, I mean, since these drakes are giving us so much difficulty anyway, I think it is actually worth using a loss to make it significantly easier to fight them by eliminating one of them, doing a bit of damage to the others, especially since we don't have another top. If I had realized this, I probably would have tried to go for Mass Hysteria in the end after all, because then we would have had a non-loss attack we could have used on all 3 of the drakes, but because we didn't, the only way we can still do something with the top here, since we pushed it away, we couldn't attack it first, is to, in fact, use the top of Cranium Overload. We could just not use it, but again, I think it is, instead of just doing no top action here, worth playing a loss to just execute 1 Drake and do an attack 2 and 2 other Drakes. I think this is fine, given that the Drakes are causing us to lose cards with their damage anyway, which isn't something we can easily overcome anytime soon. We don't have Frigid Apparition here anymore, and our stun shot is also gone here, so we're not going to be CCing them. Eliminating 1 is a big difference. Yep, alright. So, we're going to use Cranium Overload, kill 1 normal enemy within range 4. It sucks that we're going to lose our best initiative and our move 5, but sometimes you gotta do it. Cranium Overload is a nice card. Do an attack 2, target all enemies adjacent to the killed target, gain 1 experience for each enemy targeted with this attack. So we gain 2 experience. This is lost. We're going to kill the Drake number 4. Hate the Drake. And we get to make an attack 2 on 2 and 6. 2 and 2, sure. 7. Down to 7. Okay. And then we're done. So then we've got the Scoundrel. So now we've messed up our turn a little bit here. Do have boots. So we could go make an attack 4 on this over here by using our boots. We'd be leaving this alive. We could just go finish this off. I'm not sure what's actually better. Can we do the following turn? Nothing very great to them. We need someone adjacent to them to actually do anything effective, but it's pretty difficult to get someone adjacent. What's the Mindthief doing? Mindthief has no big movement left. Basically going to be like Mass Hysteria plus Burst Edge, stunning one of them and hitting both of them. So yeah, so the Mindthief's not moving next to them, and the Tinker doesn't really want to move next to him because it can do non-move bottoms. I guess Tinker does need to move actually to attack. So right now the Tinker can't attack them. But for all these reasons, it is actually just better to try to kill this off now so we can ignore it. So sure enough. So in that case, so the real question now, no matter what, well, I guess not no matter what. I mean, basically though, we should just do an attack 3. Again, an attack 3 is fine because the only negative modifier on our attack other than a miss is a -1. So an attack 3 should kill something with 2 unless we miss. In that case, it doesn't matter which attack we make. So given that, we actually can use the move 5 plus the move 3. The downside is if we do all that, we still just end up here unless we actually use this with the boots on top and then do a move 5 to move away, which is tempting. How much movement do we have the following turn? So what if the following turn the Tinker no, but Tinker can't get next to this one. If we go if we go to like here, 1, 2, we can poison and then attack. Whereas from here, and we can still poison and attack. I guess the difference is we pick up a coin this way, this turn. I don't think it changes much. I guess it also makes us the one who gets attacked here, which is not bad because we've got the highest health right now. And by us getting attacked, we actually get strengthened. Yeah, go Drake Scale home. Yeah, all right, let's do it. So we're going to use the top of Duelist Advance to do a move 3. We're going to use our boots with that to get move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Gives us an attack 3 against that Drake. All right, -1 is nice to see because that means it's gone. This Drake had only 2 health left because the trap was 6 damage. So a -1 on a 2 is, or a 3 is a 2. And then we're going to use the bottom of Open Wounds as a move 5. 1, 2, 3, just going to here. I mean, I guess technically we should actually go, I guess here, this way, well, I guess if this moves up to here, it's actually not a bad thing. Yeah, because then this will go here. So this one will attack the Mindthief, this one will attack us. It's actually a fine split of damage. And then, yeah, this one will be here. And then this way with our move 3, we can poison, and then the Tinker can actually move up and be adjacent to both. Yeah, that seems fine. All right, yeah, so let's go here. And ignore the coin for now. Oof, man, that hurts. But we got into a pretty rough spot in this room. We do want to beat the scenario this time, so we're going to prioritize winning over coins just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. All right, so the Tinker... Sorry, I had an itch in my ear. So the Tinker has just a heal 6 on himself. We can back up to 9. Using both the bottom heal and the top heal. All right, the Running Drake's actually been eliminated. So that's just the Spitting Drakes to go. So this one will move away. So it's going to be attack 4 muddle on the Scoundrel. So strengthen. Drake scale helmet, best helmet in the game. Just for anyone who's watching here and didn't watch before, the only reason we got this is because it was actually in the chest of this scenario. We completed or when we went through it last time, and we haven't sold it yet because it was actually useful for replaying the scenario. Quite rarely. After that, we'll definitely be selling. Once we have something useful we can actually buy with the money, we'll absolutely be selling it. But feels great. All right, and then 6 will attack the Mindthief because lower initiative. Mindthief did have lower initiative this turn, right? Yeah, the 5. Yep. So 6 will attack the Mindthief. Nice. That does still get muddled, unfortunately. Yeah, the Tinker is no longer muddled. Okay. And then that's the end of the round. So, as planned, this plus move up attack. So we do this. Spinning Drakes are typically pretty slow, This way, the Tinker can actually move up next to it, and we can actually get that bonus to hopefully actually get the kill. So we need the Tinker to be adjacent to both of them, which means the Tinker basically needs to move to here or to here. Not too hard, so we need to move like this. We need to go with 433. It's basically the only things that matter here. In that case, we use Reviving Shock. No, that's 34. Nope. Yeah, I guess it's Toxic Bolt. That's fine. We can even theoretically just do a generic punch. We'll see. And so the Mindthief, yeah, our turn's already planned out. This is our only remaining range attack, so yeah, we're just going to use these two things because we definitely want to stun one of them. And that's what we're going to use Mass Hysteria here, even though it's a pretty underwhelming top here. I mean, it does 2 damage, gives us experience and an ice. Well, the ice actually doesn't matter. All right, let's go. Oh, no. 32, huh? Oh, all right, that sucks. But it is what it is. So the Mindthief goes first, is going to gain 2 experience. Jeez. Yeah. Man, it's tough to get experience in the Mindthief. Doing first Perverse Edge. So which one do we want to stun? So this one right now will be focusing the Scoundrel, which I guess is the less threatening. The Scoundrel has 8. I guess we have 9. Tinker has 9. And I guess... No, I guess the Tinker is going to move up, so actually the Tinker is going to get focused. But we do want the one that the Tinker moves next to stay there. And so the Tinker can actually go here and poison this one. The Scoundrel can go here, poison this one, attack this one. Yeah, all right. That works. So let's stun this one so it doesn't move. So we'll use Perverse Edge to attack number 6. Okay. Oop, nope, we're muddled. Okay, then. Touche. Down to 5. And stunned. And then we're going to use... We already gained our 2 experience, right? Yes. Mouse got on the other screen. So, yes, we did. So then Mass Hysteria. We get a muddle. I'm just going to place on this one because this one is already stunned. So we attack both of them. I'll do 2 and then 6. Each of these are attack 1 muddles, and we're muddled ourselves. All right, so 1 damage on the bottom one, and 2 damage on the top one. Not actually so important to get so much damage on it, but I'll take it. Okay, so then it's the Tinker's turn. So the Tinker has a move 4 and Toxic Bolt. So we have to move first because we're not in range for Toxic Bolt. 1, 2. So we actually don't even need... Could actually grab a coin here, which I think is worth doing. The Scoundrel doesn't actually... Yeah, I'll explain. So we're going to move to this coin. Or move 4. Because the Tinker needs to get to 5 coins. So basically, the Scoundrel actually doesn't need... I mean, technically can, theoretically, but doesn't need help to kill... Oh, but I guess it does give experience. And that is my battle goal. And I do really want check marks for the Scoundrel. Alright, alright, alright. Fine, we'll get the coins later. We don't actually need the adjacency bonus here for the Scoundrel. The Scoundrel will be making an attack 3 against this one, even because this one will be poisoned. We can actually poison this one. And so an attack 3 with advantage, because we're strengthened, as an attack 4, this literally cannot fail to kill this one. Because the absolute worst we can draw in our deck is a -1 plus a miss. In that case, we just get a -1, which would be a 3. So we don't need adjacency at all to kill this. But then we would miss 1 experience. I mean, overall, I value a coin more than experience, but it is a battle goal. But actually, I mean, at this point, it's not very realistic for me to actually make it to 13 experience, I think. Yeah, all right, let's just grab the coin. Never thought I would be prioritizing something for the Tinkerer over something for anyone else, but yeah, I think this is the right call. All right, so then Spitting Drakes go. So this one's stunned, does nothing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So attacks the Scoundrel with disadvantage because of the muddle. Nice muddle. Wow. 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 So this is normally an attack 3 because the -1 and -1 more here, so 2. And it just re-strengthens the Scoundrel. Wow. Alright, so the Scoundrel's going to go and do a move 3. Oh, crap, we actually forgot to do the Tinker. Anyway, the Tinker was supposed to be attacking Drake number 2. We got so distracted by where the Tinker was going, we forgot to do the Tinker's top action. So attacking the lower Drake. Alright. So 2 damage. I just remembered this when I saw the Scoundrel's turn, 'cause I was thinking of the poison, how I forgot to put the poison here. And that's no longer there. All right, so the Scoundrel goes 1, 2, 3, using the bottom of Special Mixture, and poisons this Drake, and then gets to make an attack 3 with Single Out. So which way we want to hit? I guess technically it's possible to fail killing this one, although it's so unlikely. So I think it's better to kill that one just because it has more health. Oh, it's actually impossible to fail killing it, yes, because the -1's already in here. So the worst we can get is +0 and miss, in which case it still kills. So yeah, we'll attack number 2 here. With advantage because of the strengthen. The Drake. Wait. Oh no, there's more than one -1 in our decks. Oh my god, we've been thinking about this all wrong all along. I forgot we have 3 -1s because of the scenario effect. Oh dear god. Well, that was dumb. It's a good thing we're cute. Oops. Can forget things sometimes. All right. So Scoundrel's going to go as early as possible and finish off the remaining Drake. Mindthief is just going to do Mindthief things, whatever those may be. And the Tinkerer is going to do some healing. Who needs healing the most? The Scoundrel does, and the Scoundrel is in range, so the Scoundrel... What if the Scoundrel just is a little more patient then? I'm not actually gaining experience here. Can't pick up any of the coins either. Yeah, alright. So we can just go at 36. The Mindthief can kill it most likely anyway, and if the Mindthief fails to, hopefully it won't go before 36, which I think is pretty unlikely, especially after we've already seen the 32. This way the Tinkerer can heal the Scoundrel. Obviously the Tinkerer can use healing as well, but the Tinkerer is probably going to be at a long rest pretty soon here. So in that case, the heal would only effectively deal 1, or heal for 1, whereas on the Scoundrel it will actually effectively heal for 3. And so we just need to move. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any remove 4s left. I'm just going to suck a little bit after this, but for now, I guess we'll just play this. Doesn't really matter much. Theoretically, if somehow we see that it's going to go after 17 and before 36, we can actually use Enhancement Field to try to kill it instead of healing here, although that seems very unlikely. And the Mindthief somehow fails to kill it. All right, well, this may actually happen. Still pretty unlikely, but we'll see. So Mindthief's going to go, do a move 2, heal 2 self. So she's back up to full. Move to here. And then going to use the top of Fearsome Blade, gaining 1 experience. We'll do an attack 2, which is really an attack 4, which is really an attack 5 because of the poison. So attack 5, targeting Drake number 6. Alright. Fortunately, I didn't have to worry about that. So I didn't give the Drake speed enough credit. Fortunately, we also left a ton of coins on the rocks, but so be it. Alright, and then it's the Tinkerer's turn, so we're going to do the heal 3 on Restorative Mist on the Scoundrel, putting the Scoundrel back up to 9. And then we're going to use the bottom of Enhancement Field as a generic move 2, and just move and pick up this coin. Which gets us up to 5. Huzzah! Alright, Spinning Drakes are eliminated, and then it's the Scoundrel's turn, so we're going to do move 5 with Flanking Strike. 4 to this coin. Scoundrel's going to Scoundrel. So we end the round. Again, a long rest on the Scoundrel here, because we need to wait for our allies to come anyway. It refreshes our boots, and it lets us heal, and extends our longevity. All these things quite relevant. Does the Mindthief want to long rest here? No, we also don't have our move 5 anymore, so I think we actually need to spend our time moving. Although we do have the big jump, and we need to wait for the Tinkerer to start moving anyway. Yeah, actually we can long rest. So the long rest gives the Mindthief effectively nothing. We don't heal. We have no items to refresh. The most significant thing it does, though, is simply allows us to choose the card that we lose, which is not insignificant when we're down to a small number of cards, and we have a few cards which are really, really valuable. And so the Tinkerer is going to spend a turn just kind of dirtle moving. Just with the generic move 2. Should we actually long or short rest early? So it's going to be... No, it should be fine, right? So if we just do move 2 here, and then it's long rest and long rest, Then the following turn, we do a move. No, actually we do, because if we want to. Yeah, then we're actually, yeah. Yeah, okay. We do need to rest early here so that we can actually make it to the door. Otherwise, we're going to be one turn behind, and we're going to basically, by short resting one turn early here, we cost us, the Tinker, one turn of longevity, but we save one turn of longevity from the Mindthief and Scoundrel, which is just more significant. Okay. It may be nice to have the heal while we're moving, but we need to keep our big move fours. We can't lose our stun attack, and we've still got other heals, so not the end of the world. Since we're not long resting, we do need to heal ourselves in the end, but that's okay. We still have that heal, which is exactly what we'll do here. So we're gonna do this heal, and we need 2 turns of move fours. We've got 3 move fours total, but we want to keep this one as a top, so yeah, it's just gonna be one of these and then the other. Do you have 2 Invis Cloaks? I don't yet have 2 Invis Cloaks. I would really like to get the second Invis Cloak, the one on the Scoundrel, but unfortunately I don't have it yet. Because yes, you're right, Isio. If I did have the 2 Invis Cloaks, I could very easily let the Tinker take his time back here and let these 2 go in with the Invis Cloaks, which is why I am looking forward to getting the second one. And theoretically, it may have been technically correct to have sold the Drakescale Helm and got the Invis Cloak. Oh, probably was technically correct. But, you know, let's be fair. Oh, I'm going to sip. And not streaming for a week and your throat becomes sore so quickly while talking constantly when you just haven't readjusted to the habit. But anyway, the Drakescale Helm is an item which I guess theoretically in the history of Gloomhaven has probably been used for at most, let's say, a dozen hours from all the people playing. I mean, that's obviously an exaggeration, but probably not too far off, right? I wanted to, if there was ever a scenario where this item could be decent, it should be a scenario like this. So I just wanted to give it, not that I thought it would change my opinion of it, but I just wanted to give the item a chance. But it is probably correct to have sold the Drakescale Helm and to have actually just bought the second Invis Cloak because it helps so much to be able to have 2 people. Both of our squishy melees who do a lot of damage go Invis. Even though there is someone else in the party, that person in situations like this can't hang back. All right, so let's just do this round. So move a heal 4 on ourselves and a move 4. 4. Yeah, which puts us close enough. Okay, so Mindthief does a long rest. We are going to take back the Mind's Weakness here because we're going to have a dead turn anyway, so this just gives us 1 more experience and allows us to get rid of a card that we don't care about so much. I mean, allows us to have 1 more card in hand. Actually, what I want to say. All right, so we're definitely getting rid of one of our pushes here. I guess it should just be Silent Scream because Fearsome Blade is at least still just an attack 4, which gives 1 experience. There are no traps left in this scenario, so pushes just aren't very relevant anymore. Okay, so it's the move 4, and we have nothing on top we can really do. We could summon the decoy, but I don't think we want to do that. Well, maybe we do. No, I don't think so. I do not believe that is the case. So we just need to throw away a card then? Which cards do we really want? Well, these are good attacks, but I guess we can't use all of them. And these are our good bottom actions. But I guess Enhancement Field is going to be pretty difficult to use, so we can probably just throw that away. Okay. And so we've got a long rest here as well. So we need, well, you're already at full, you refresh your boots, and heal for 2. So only 1 health total missing. We can heal it if we want to. Yeah, we should certainly get rid of Backstab at this point. It's our second worst card. Movement is less relevant with only 1 more room to go through. Might as well just heal ourselves up to full, I guess. It's a tough call because that's also just a really valuable bottom while in combat. The question is whether I'd care more about having the ability to do a move poison in combat or have 1 more health. I guess just having the 1 more free health is probably worth it. Otherwise, we could use Duelist Advance to do some looting, maybe? That's in conjunction with Swiftbow. Yeah, but then we'd be so far away from the room. It's just silly. No, yeah, let's just heal ourselves for 1. You never know. I mean, 1 health can be significant, especially with wounds and stuff like that. Could theoretically certainly make a difference. Yeah, I guess the rest of my cards are probably all more likely to be more valuable, except maybe Swiftbow, but I guess, and we'll just hammer a push and Duelist Advance back here, because we have an odd number of cards. Oh yeah, and we should also hammer here. But in that case, well, I guess we can just use Generic Attack 2 as a 4 to get that back, because we do actually want to try to hammer with the Mindthief since we brought back the Mind's Weakness. But we can't use a Hammer on movement because we actually need to use this move to get over the rock so that we get next to the door, otherwise it takes us too long to get to the door. Alright, so let's go like this. So, Scoundrel first. Maybe we actually should have just been opening the door to pull everything back here with the Scoundrel this turn. I wonder. Problem is, these Drakes just have such obscene range. Anyway, heal self for 1, and then use the bottom of Duelist Advance as a generic move too. Tinkerer, do nothing with top, use the bottom of Ink Bomb as a move 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. The Mindthief does move 4 jump, using the bottom of Feedback Loop, and then use the top of Mind's Weakness to activate it and gain 1 experience. That's the round. Oh, and we were supposed to use our last slice of ham on the Scoundrel to get back Duelist Advance. Now the Duelist Advance is that valuable, but there's no guarantee that we'll have another generic turn, and this does get us back to 6 cards. Worst case scenario, who knows, maybe we'll end up losing it to damage, but that's okay. Alright, so let's try to beat this room that felled us last time. So what's our strategy? Open the door? Alright, I like it. Simple, yet effective. We should have positioned ourselves better so that we could have drawn them back, though. Who was the last one to go? And I guess technically we still can fix that, right? We can have the Mindthief go here, because she was there. The Mindthief is the last person to go? Yeah. At the very least, we can fix that. It's better to be there? Yeah, I think so. Ah, but the Mindthief can't go late. It was our only good late initiative, so it doesn't actually work. Ugh. I mean, Mindthief can go visible, but I think we need to wait on that. You have 2 late initiative cards for the scenario. Actually, I think 3, right? Oh, yeah, but 1 of them. And they're all not available here for either our invisibility or for opening the door and drawing things towards us. Hmm. It's an interesting concept. And we could do that. So instead we move to here. We don't set up the Mind's Weakness. And we use Hamina to get it back as a generic top. And then use it to go in. Problem is we... Let's try not... I mean, technically we could know this, but we'll... Hold on. So I think the Drakes are right around here. We're looking at 4 movement, 4 range, ignoring the elite. I think there is one of these that's elite, but maybe it's just 3 regulars again. All right, so let's see from like here or something, okay? So the problem is we still got the Tinker in this spot. The problem is they all get to hit the Tinker no matter what. It may have been better to have left the Tinker further back as well. I'm just not sure how much it changes. That's how we lost last time, was by having everything in the room hit the Tinkerer. Ugh. So what if instead we run into the room? Problem, we also have, I mean, the Mindthief is actually just in an awful spot based on the cards we have available to ourselves. Because the other thing is we don't actually have any movement. That's our move 4, and we lost our move 5, or we had to lose our move 5, which got us through this last room, but puts us in a pretty bad spot for this coming room. So for example, even if we wanted to try to go in and use attacks, we know there's a rock here. I'm not going to pretend that I don't. I can actually only, at best, move to here. I don't have boots. So I can literally never go far. What if I don't use feedback loop? What if I generic move with feedback loop instead? Going to here? So what if we don't move the Tinker up that far either? I mean, technically this is all part of last turn. Theoretically, I mean, there's no new information yet. So let's go back. What if we do this more intelligently? What if we use a generic move 2 with feedback loop going there, and we do set up the Mind's Weakness, and then we use a ham and a charge to get back feedback loop. And so the Tinker with the move 4 in the end could have long rested, but so be it. Actually can just move to here. This way, nothing should be able to hit them. Yeah, exactly. So now we'll have enough movement and a good initiative for the Mindthief, like this. And what attack do we want to use? That's a more interesting question. Probably Hostile Takeover, I guess, to try to immobilize one of the running drakes, which is going to come at us. And so the Tinker is going to use Stun Shot for a similar purpose at a late initiative. Which of these bottoms do we care more about? Probably Volatile Concoction we care less about. Well, I guess there will be ice created. But I suppose in combat, I mean, I guess the healing might not be relevant immediately in combat. We do need a late initiative as well, so it always has to be one of these two to move. But which one? Both have some value. I guess there's a chance that Harmless I mean, this bottom just doesn't do anything. Oh no, but it's for next turn anyway. Yeah, let's just go with this then. Because this guaranteed can do something for us next turn, whereas this doesn't guarantee do something for us next turn. Since it's possible we take no damage. All right. So in the Scoundrel, the door opener herself is going to use Duelist Advance to open the door. And then a move 5 to run away. Probably this move 5 because this is better. All right, let's do it. Seems like a working plan. We adjusted everything appropriately. Yes, that was used. Yep. All right, let's go. So, Scoundrel first. We have a move through with Duelist Advance. 1 onto the door. I'm not gonna be able to hit anything. That's annoying. So there are no elite spinning drakes. It's just 3 regulars. We got an elite and a regular ending. So really just a repeat of the last room. Well, 6 movement on him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what they have here. Hopefully not +1 movement. Not +1 movement. All right, that's good at least. All right. So we have 2 more movement. So we could use our boots here to get an attack 3, but then we only have 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not worth it. Yeah, it's definitely not worth it, right? So we could use our, I mean, we've got 2 more movement left of Duelist Advance. The problem is that only carries us to here, so we don't get to make an attack 3. We use our boots then to go up further and make an attack 3 here, but then, or I mean here, whatever. But I mean, here's less. But then we'll only have a move 5 with our bottom remaining, and we'll be further into the room. So then at most we go 1, 2, 3, and then I mean like 4, 5 or 4, 5. But in that case, for example, for here, this has 5 movements still, even with -1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it hits us, which we do not want because it attacks for 7 and a wound. And no. So in that case, there's no point in going further into the room, so we can just run away. So the question is, how far do we want to run away? Well, as we established, so the running drake makes it at its furthest to here. So we may need to go back to here. Let's see how far the spitting drakes hit, though. God, they're so annoying. I really, really hate spitting drakes. All right, so they have 4 movement, and then they have 3 range, but they can expand. So with 4 movement, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is the furthest. 2, 3. So it currently hits none of these people, which is actually great. Our spacing was actually perfect. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and expand. So we would actually have to go back to here to not get hit. All right, I guess that's what we're going to do then. Even though technically it hitting us, it would only hit for 3 damage, and it would give us a free strengthen. Drakescale Helm. I still think it's. I'm not going to pay 3 life for strengthen basically, and to be 1 closer. So yep, we'll use. I mean, we've got 2 movement left here, plus 5, so we get 7 movement still. We go. Oh, I guess no. Yeah, we have no hammer to potion charges, so it doesn't matter how we use these things. Go all the way back to here, just to be taunted by those coins that we can't grab. It's literally a nightmare for the scoundrel, a recurring nightmare. All right, so the running drakes go -1 movement, so 5 for the elite. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Equidistant. So initiative to there. And 1, 2, 3 movement for the regular is 4 -1. All right, and then the spitting drakes go. So 4 movement. 2, 3, 4. Like I said, 1, 2, 3 range and expand, or 1, 2, 3 range and expand, but in neither case can hit us. 1, 2, 3. Can't go any further than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew. Cold fire, anyone? All right. So then it's the Tinkerer's turn. So the Tinkerer is going to use the bottom of Harmless Contraption as a generic move 2. What do we actually want to use? How do we actually want to do this? I mean, it makes most sense to immobilize this, but doing so doesn't allow the Scoundrel to actually go up and hit it. So I guess we actually have to stun this and immobilize, for example, this. I mean this, sorry, which we can do from here, or even here, so that then the Scoundrel gets adjacency. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right. So in that case, we need to stun this one. So we'll do 1, 2 with our generic move. I mean, at this point, everyone's running up, so we can just move up as much as we can. So we'll move there with a generic move on the bottom of Harmless Contraption. Then we'll use the top of Stun Shot as attack 1, range 3 stun, targeting Running Drake number 1. So attack 1 stun. All right. So amazing flips, but at least this one's stunned. So then it's the Mindthief's turn. So the Mindthief has a move 4 jump. 1, 2, 3. Guess it's better to try to keep our spacing if we can, so that their little triangle attacks at least can't hit multiple people. The giant 7-hex one will always be able to, but yeah, if we go like this, then the Scoundrel can go here, and then they can never hit 2 targets with a triangle targeting. So yeah, let's go there, I guess, and we still give adjacency bonus to the Scoundrel for hitting this Drake. All right, and then we use Hostile Takeover, so we create ice, gain 1 experience, do attack 2, range 4, immobilize 1, 2, 3, 4, so hitting Running Drake number 5. Nice. For a second there, I thought that I was flipping the wrong deck. That's why, but just because the color, for some reason, reminded me of the Tinker. I don't know exactly. I guess it's because I saw the Tinker's cards down underneath or something. Oh, silly. All right. So then we are done. So now the only question, well, so the Tinker should always be using Volatile Concoction as the bottom because it doesn't need to move. We can give 2 cards back since we got ice, and we don't use ice on anyone else right now anyway. So it's kind of a why not. So the question is, should we poison a target or should we just hit 2 targets? Both do, I guess, a very similar amount of damage, to be perfectly honest. I guess this lets go earlier, although it just also doesn't matter so much here. I guess for that reason, it's maybe better to be able to keep this. I mean, I think either way it doesn't really change much. But sure, let's try like this. I think generally speaking, poison, with how much damage our allies hit for, poison on a target should typically add 1 to 2 damage, close to 2 damage most of the time, I would say. But I guess this is actually 2 damage, so sure. Alright, and so for us, we're definitely stunning one of them. I guess it's got to be this one always. And making a big attack on the adjacent one, which I guess can be with this, because this is our lesser initiative, and we're already going fast. Alright, and so then the Scoundrel needs to run up. I guess we can save our range attacks. How much movement do we actually need to get there? Just 2. But then we don't have the ideal spacing. Worst case scenario, we have our boots. But if we use this, we gain advantage, but then we have bad initiative the following turn. Yeah, I think like this is fine. Well then, yeah, because then we can just hit a bunch of the other enemies the next turn with this, which I think is actually a reasonable plan. But if that's the case, we should just actually use this to move here, because we can just use this to move next turn anyway. And this way we can actually respect the spacing the way we wanted to, by doing a move 3 instead, going over to here. Alright. And we're using this wound attack because it's our highest damage attack over the course of 2 turns. And this one will be stunned this turn, so this makes sense. Hopefully we'll go before it, so the wound will deal at least 2 damage, making this an attack 6. Okay, looks good. Alright, standard stuff from them. -1 attack is nice, and you... Ooh! Oof. Alright, well fortunately he's actually immobilized at 4 range rather than 3, so he still won't get to hit anyone, so that's good. So we're all good. Alright, so the Mindthief is first. So we're going to gain 2 experience here. Jeez, 17. Alright, so we're going to begin by using the bottom of Purus Edge, creating ice, doing attack 1, range 3, stun, targeting Rending Drake number 3. Spitting Drake number 3, sorry. Drake number 3 there. Okay, so 2 damage, times 7. And then we're going to use the top of Fearsome Blade as an attack 4, this is what we gain 2 experience. We're not going to be using the push at all, but we will just be doing it as an attack 4. Gain +2 from Mind's Weakness. Okay, 5, nice. Putting us down to 6, and we're done. Then it's the Scoundrel's turn, so we're going to do move 3 with the bottom swift bow. 1, 2, 3 to here. And then we're going to gain 1 experience and use open wound, so we can attack 4 wound, targeting Drake number 1. Alright, well, didn't need the adjacency in the end. Just got some great flips this turn. This didn't need a stun either. Okay. And then we're done. So then the Spitting Drakes go. Oops, so this one's stunned. Alright. So 1. So this is not line of sight. 1, 2, 3. But they both have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, spreading the muddles. Damn Drakes. So actually, yeah. So 3 is stunned, will do nothing. But 5 will attack the Tinkerer because it does not have line of sight on the Mindthief. And then 6 will attack the Mindthief because equidistant, but the Mindthief had lower initiative. So first it'll be an attack 3 muddle on the Tinker, then an attack 3 muddle on the Mindthief. So Tinker, so 2, Mindthief, 6. No, I don't think it's correct to lose a card. I'll just be going invisible soon here. And both muddled, which is quite annoying. All right, so then it's the Tinkerer's turn. So we'll be using Reviving Shock, making attack 2, range 3, target 2. I'm an idiot. This was why the poison was better, because we actually killed this. I guess we didn't expect to kill this. We did end up getting a +2 and a crit, right? Or a +1 and a crit, yeah. Well, now I do regret not having used the poison. But so be it. Well, alright, so I guess we're just doing... I mean, it's still the correct way to do things. Just doing an attack 2 with disadvantage, targeting Drake number 3. It's definitely better to give the Mindthief pack 2 cards than to move to get one more target here. So, disadvantage to attack 2. Oh well. We could use the goggles for this, but for just an attack 2, it seems silly. If only they had Drake Skull. I know you. So it's funny. I was actually thinking the exact same thing. I was thinking. I mean, if only the Drake Skull helm cost like 10 gold. All right. Yeah. If that had been a Drake Skull helm, we would have gotten rid of the miss for nothing instead of it actually ruining our attack and our attack doing nothing. All right. So we did no damage. Then we're going to use Volatile Concoction, consume the ice, and give back 2 cards to the Mindthief, which is way too good to be true when you have a card like Perverse Edge. And I guess Hostile Takeover, actually, because then we can stun and immobilize. Yeah. Seems good. Oh, just Mindthief things. Alright, and the Running Drake goes, but is immobilized. And actually don't have the model anymore either. Alright, so as planned, this and this. Just locking down as many enemies as possible. Scoundrel going and doing a ranged attack on a bunch of enemies. I guess... No, we actually don't mind the Scoundrel going earlier here because we don't want the Mindthief getting hit. So the Scoundrel stepping in front is good. And the Scoundrel getting hit, I mean, has the Drake Skull helm, so she's prepared. Alright, and definitely a short rest here from the Tinkerer. Alright, I mean, that's a really good card in this party, but I had to go at some point. Alright, well, Ink Bomb is actually great here. Yeah. And in that case, we might as well Enhancement Field. Even if the Enhancement Field's only going to affect us, it's still adding 3 damage. The fact that we're going late doesn't matter because it's unlikely we're really killing much here anyway. Maybe, but not really. But that's not a big deal because so this shouldn't hit anything. I think that the thing they flipped was, yeah, that was not a reshuffle. I don't believe they have any other ranged attacks. So this should hit nothing. This will be stunned, so this will hit nothing for sure. So there's at most 2 Drakes, which will be hitting the Scoundrel. Scoundrel has 12 health and a Drake Skull Helm, so this is okay. And then, the Scoundrel's going to get hits on all of them, and then we're going to get hits on all of them. So going early and trying to kill them this round doesn't really change much because we're unlikely to kill anything, and the threat that they pose this round, at least, is not very large. They will be a big threat next round, but next round we will be able to try to go faster. So even though we're getting a bad initiative by using this, we're getting more damage, and our initiative just doesn't matter so much. We have 1, 2, 3 range, expand. So yeah, Enhancement Field looks good here. All right, let's do it. I guess. No, this is how we lost this scenario last time, right? I was thinking, man, I could be greedy though. I could actually have the Scoundrel move here. I could have the Scoundrel go after the Tinkerers, so the Scoundrel would actually get the advantage of Enhancement Field, which does add 3 damage. Like that's big, right? But the problem is the Mindthief could just end up getting blown up. Mindthief might have to lose 2 cards to attacks, and then we just might not make it out. I guess the Mindthief could go invisible. Is that really worth it, though? I don't think it is. I think the invisibility can be more valuable than just basically adding 3 damage to the Scoundrel. Yeah. I think this is just too greedy. And being greedy in this last room is how I lost last time. I think the line that I'm on right now is safe no matter what, so I think we're fine. It's weird. Sorry, I was just looking at something outside my window. Alright, yeah. I think I'm just going to go with this. Ooh, trying to go faster. Oh, dear God. Well, I guess the Scoundrel's ready to long rest. Ugh, man. Alright. That's annoying. It's annoying. I'll deal with it. All right, so first up is the Scoundrel. We're going to do a generic move 2 with the bottom single out. So we can pick up the coin. Don't need to go further than this. Go to there, grabbing the coin. We won't be able to hit this, but we'll hit all 3 of these. I think that's fine. I mean, yeah, the spinning drakes are slightly more threatening than the running drake, but I don't think it's an enormous difference. And again, this does allow me to pick up a coin. Scoundrel. All right, so we gain 1 experience, and we make an attack 2, range 3, targeting. We'll do Drake 3, Drake 6, and then Drake 5. So 3, 2, 2. All right, and then we're done. So then it's the Mindthief's turn. Mindthief is going to gain 2 experience. Create ice. First do an attack 1, range 3, stun, and then an attack 2, range 4, immobilize. So stun attack here, immobilize attack here. Both of these are disadvantaged because of the muddle. So first here and then here. So no damage on that. And then 2 damage on that. It's down to 1. Where's a massive boulder when you need it? Right, so that goes there, and that goes there. And there was nothing else to use, no. All right, so then next up is the Tinker. So we're gonna use Enhancement Field. You and all adjacent allies add +1 to all your attacks this round, and we're gonna use Ink Bomb. We gain 3 experience. Man, our first experience of the scenario, rough. So this gives us an attack 5, range 3, create dark, all this matters not at all. We're going to be hitting all of these. We actually don't have line of sight here anyway, so yeah. 1, 2, 3, and expand like this, and we do have line of sight to all these enemies. So we'll do 3, 5, 6. We'll obviously use our goggles. So this gives us attack 5 with advantage, targeting 3, then 5, and then 6. So 5, 6, 6. Alright, so this drake is actually dead. So much for the stun being important, but 3 down to 1. Okay, and that's lost. And then the spitting drakes go. Oh no, they're actually gonna stun 2 things. Oh, that's actually really bad. That could be how we lose this scenario, right? Oh man. Okay. So this, God, the line of sight is actually making it really bad for us. So number 5, closest is the Scoundrel, but it doesn't actually have line of sight from where. I mean, doesn't have line of sight of either of these two from where this is right now. So actually, but does have line of sight of the Tinker. So it's actually going to attack the Tinker. So an attack -2. So an attack 2 stun on the Tinker. The muddle as well, but this doesn't matter. So 3. And Tinker gets stunned, which is a disaster actually. That's really bad. Yeah, we are paying for that coin. Although not so much, right? I mean, if we hadn't gone for the coin, then the Mindthief would have gotten stunned. I guess then we could have used the Invis Cloak on the Mindthief, because it would have been the Mindthief focused by this one. So we would have had to not get the coin, and then and the Mindthief use the Invis Cloak. Yeah, that's probably worth it rather than having 2 people get stunned. This is basically the worst case possible. 1 person getting stunned, this was fine after everything we did that round, but 2 people getting stunned here. Yeah, like I said, this could be how we lose. I said I would be greedy, and I guess I was just very, very slightly greedy. Although, I don't know, I even considered it to be a relatively safe line. But I suppose I just could have chosen not to move up for the coin after I looked at this stuff and then use the Invis Cloak. Alright, so then this one, number 6, 1, 2, 3, will attack the Scoundrel. So we just take 2 damage and are stunned as well. Oh, and this Running Drake lost its immobilize on its turn and did nothing. Alright. So long rest here. I mean, yeah, I don't want to long rest here. I actually can't. I don't have 2 cards on my discard. So I just have to choose 2 cards to throw away. Well, definitely not that. Guess for right now, I don't care so much about having that much movement, so I can throw this away. Mm. I guess the poison isn't very relevant anymore. Although I guess it's just a bottom loss attack, which can be decent. All right, let's throw this away. And decent initiative. All right, Mindthief, what are you doing? Mass Hysteria. Mass Hysteria is actually fine here. Since this has only 1 health left, and that has 1 health left, it actually could kill 2 things. Man, the advantage would be such a big deal right now. The strengthen on this. God, I cannot wait to have Empathetic Wounds enhanced. All right, so long rest there, throwing 2 cards away here, having an actual turn. Let's go. Just trying to get real vicious with it, huh? All right, Mindthief's up first. Gain 1 experience, create ice. So we do have to move in order to be able to hit this one. So I guess that is worth doing. Yeah. So if we move to here, using the bottom of Empathetic Assault, heals us for 2. Because then from here we have range 4 and line of sight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, and line of sight to all of them. By going here, it's actually well, man, actually, I guess this one is gonna hit both. Oh, oh no. Where can we move? I mean, so we have to go here, 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 or we can stay where we are, I guess. Then we don't hit this one, but we also don't get hit. If we go here, this one's actually going to attack here, because these would both focus her, but this one, God, that split focus is killing me in here. I could also just, like, move up, because with only 1 attacking, I mean, I could even move, well, yeah. With only 1 attacking, because this won't be able to hit here, because it doesn't have line of sight. I guess it'll just move. Yeah. What I was going to say is, if I move up, though, then if I fail to kill either one of these, I'm in a lot of trouble. But it's true that I do still have the Invis Cloak, which is actually a really good point. I'd actually just forgotten about that. So yeah, this is actually the thing that makes the most sense because of the Invis Cloak. It's funny, I was valuing it so much that I was trying to hold on to it, and then I just kind of forget that it's there. But yeah, this is definitely the play. Good call, Isio. All right, so we're gonna pop the Invis Cloak while moving here, so we don't forget. And then we'll do, all right, someone give me an ordering because it's actually pretty important. We already gained our experience. So we've got Rending Drake 5, Spitting Drake 5, and Spitting Drake 6. Each is going to be an attack 1 muddle. I will accept any order. I've already lost this scenario once. I don't want to lose again because I'm too stubborn to ask for help. Spitting 5, Rending 5, Spitting 6. All right. Spitting 5, Rending 5, Spitting 6. 5, 5, 6. Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is actually the best possible outcome considering what we did. So actually, this dies and this dies because we got +2 here, which is 3 there. We got crit here, which kills this. To be honest, I don't even pay attention to what I said, but yeah, I could believe that I made some silly sounds. But yeah, that was a roller coaster indeed. But like I said, this was the actual best outcome because of moving here. Because we're invis on the door, we ended up not killing this at all, which would normally suck because it's actually kind of the most threatening, although not really even here. But in the end, because we're invis on the door, it does nothing, and we killed both of these, which were the most important things. So that was pretty great. I could place a muddle on this Drake, but I'm not going to bother because it's going to do nothing. Okay, awesome. So then the Tinkerer goes. The Tinkerer is stunned, so simply just discards his 2 cards. The Spitting Drakes are all eliminated. Then the Scoundrel takes a long rest, so heals for 2 and chooses a card to lose. All right, well, we finally managed to wrap it up. I guess we can just get rid of something like this. Doesn't matter. We're never making it to the requisite experience anyway. All right. Man, we actually don't have range or line of sight to use the bottom loss attack, which is a shame. So we can use a bottom heal and a top summon, gain a little bit of experience for the Tinker while our allies pick up some coins. Might as well let the Scoundrel get some experience here. Do that by making this attack, I suppose. And then grab all the coins. Do we have enough coins? Actually, yeah, that's important to look at. So coins we're on 4, but so really 3. So coins are worth 3 each. So we have 15 gold here for the Tinker. No, we don't. So 15 gold right now puts us to 67. So in that case, we need 3 more coins. So we need to actually let the Tinker pick up 3 more coins. Woof. All right, so I guess that should be our priority over playing bottom losses. We can play a top loss for experience, but we need to grab coins. Can we? We have easily enough movement. Yeah, we can milk this. All right, let's see if we move 4, 1, 2. Oh, we didn't even make it though this turn. There were 3 because we're at 4, but again, because the fact that we're playing solo, the monster level is 1 higher than scenario. So we're actually the real thing is 3, so the coins are worth 3, unfortunately, not 4. Yeah. Ugh, it sucks. This is actually just. I mean, theoretically, I could go back for these, I think, but it just wastes so much time. I'd rather just do another scenario. I don't think I can keep up talking infinitely today after, being sick and then not playing for a while. So better to just go grab this coin. So I have to grab 3 coins, which means I literally have to pick up all the coins, which means the Scoundrel doesn't get to get any coins? What? I didn't sign up for this. I mean, that's technically correct, though, right? Just making sure I get that enhancement is too valuable. All right. All right. So play a top, which gives experience, and a move 4. I'm saving up to put wound on the top of stun shot, or I mean on the attack of stun shot on the top, which I think is by far the best Tinker enhancement for cost effectiveness, but she has enough movement to make it to the corner and back in 2 turns. What do you mean? But the corner and back doesn't change anything, does it? Because we don't have a loot action. We would still have to walk onto each coin. I mean, like, I know that. Yeah, I guess you can upgrade its range. Oh, the Scoundrel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good call. You're right. The Scoundrel can actually go get that. Good. That's a good idea. Yep. Good call. So then who's actually going to kill this? I kind of wanted the Scoundrel to get that 1 XP, but I guess that's not that important. All right. Let's do a Mindthief short rest. We'll bring back Mind's Weakness. What else is in here? I guess all the tops give 1 experience. None of them give 2 experience, though. Sure, we'll reroll. So we actually play this here. So, as you point out, Scoundrel can actually go grab all the coins. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yep. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it takes a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's not too long. We can definitely do that. All right, so then the Mindthief just needs to do a big move after killing this. Go towards the door. Yep, that's fine. All right, this one works. All right, let's go. So, Mindthief first, gain 2 experience. Do an attack 4, range 5, disarm. Targeting Rending Drake number 5. Okay, so this Rending Drake is dead. We gotta move 4 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then the Scoundrel, move 3 with Duelist Advance, plus move 3 in bottom. We'll use our boots with the bottom Move on swift bow. So first we do a move through deals advance top. 1, 2, 3. Then the bottom swift bow for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we loot every space we move into. Okay, and then the Tinker gains 2 experience. I'm just going to immediately get rid of the summon, just so I don't have to mess with it. And then it doesn't move forward with stun shot. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Okay. Oops, I forgot to. Oh wait. Oh no. All right, fine. He died anyway. I just had removed the wrong deck. I just had to make sure that he went after so that I didn't accidentally mess something up there, but it was fine. Okay. We have no top experience here, but that's okay. Do we have any more top experience? Only 1, so it doesn't matter if we don't use it right away. So we just do these 2 cards. One is a generic move. Mindthief. Nope. Yeah, this gives experience, and this gives experience. And then here, we have nothing better than move 5, and no way of getting experience or anything like that. Healing ourselves doesn't matter either. Alright. I guess we shouldn't use both move 5s, though. That would have been silly. Sure. Okay, so first up is the Tinker. Just a generic move, going to here. Then the Mindthief, 2 experience, plus 1 more. Activate Mind's Weakness. Use Fearsome Blade as a move 4. 2, 3, 4. To there. It's lost. And then the Scoundrel doesn't move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll just do another move 5. We could be short resting a little more frequently and trying to get back, or guaranteed getting back to move 3 here, but I think this is still fast enough. And that just requires more effort anyway. None of this stuff does anything, but that doesn't really matter. I guess I have so little time left, I can actually... No, I'm not going to mess with it. Alright, short rest for the Tinker. That is actually experience, but I guess this is guaranteed top experience. And in the name of wasting less time, that's just more reasonable. Sure. That's lost. Alright, so here's our guaranteed top experience. And the generic move with this. Alright, let's go. So, Mindthief first does nothing. Oops, actually, sorry, the Scoundrel first has a move 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Then the Mindthief just moves in place, does nothing. Since this does, I assume, force 1 enemy, we can't use it without enemies, as would be pretty reasonable. Alright, and so then the Tinker gains 2 experience with Dangerous Contraption. We're just immediately going to dismiss it and does generic move 2 with Enhancement Field going to here. Alright. And that's lost. Well, this was only on +2, and here it's, I mean, the fact that we're able to milk the end of the scenario for this much, it's just, this party is very, I guess the best way to put it is kind of like high variance. As long as we don't lose, it's pretty, I mean, like, we win pretty easily, but when stuff goes bad, it just goes so bad, which I guess is kind of what I expected from this sort of a party. Sure. Can we make it this turn? We can, but I guess we can allow the Tinker to gain 2 free experience. Tinker gains so little experience that we can just be patient with him. So we'll just do a move 5 and just a generic top then, rather than going all the way there. And the Mindthief will short rest. Nope. I guess that actually gives us 1 experience. Oh, I guess that did as well. Oh well. Either way. Oh, this should actually have been lost. Alright. So I'm just going to do all the things. Mindthief does nothing. Gain one experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Tinker does move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. All right, so then the next turn, I'm just going to show what happens. We short rest on the Mindthief. Why is it not shuffling? I guess it's just because it has 2 cards. Does it actually... Wait. Oh, because I didn't grab the other card. Whoops. All right, there we go. All right, so we re-roll. This allows us to play Mind's Weakness again, so we gain 1 experience. The Tinker short rests. Doesn't matter what's lost here. We play a top with the bottom being this heal, which gives us 2 experience. And then the Scoundrel just moves on to the thing, gaining no experience. Man, the only person with the experience goal was actually the one to gain the least experience in the party. That's crazy. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, though. I guess the Scoundrel just in general doesn't gain too much experience in this party, simply because even though there is a melee ally, she doesn't have the luxury of actually using the melee ally that often, because it's just too threatening for them both to go into melee, and the Mindthief spends a lot of her time, especially because we can repeatedly get back Perverse Edge, playing Perverse Edge, and therefore not moving adjacent to things. All right, well, we did beat it. Don't think we gained anything for this. Party achievement, Drake's Command. Time to buy a melee ally pretty soon. Once we have the money for it, we will. I do agree with that for sure. All right, we had 33 and 34. I do like having a melee ally on demand. That was a Scoundrel. It's funny how that works out, right? It's not very thematic to be using a summon item on the Scoundrel, but in the end, it's actually the Scoundrel may be the best character, well, one of the 2, maybe 3 best characters in the game to use summon items. Especially, I mean, like, makes melee summons better than any other class in the game. I think we can safely say that. Generic melee summons, at least. All right. So, 15, 18, 21, 24. Sorry, I was just thinking about 2 things at once. There was nothing else I missed up here. Oh, no, I just need to check off where I did. Ice Crag Ascent. Yuck. So 24 gold, right? 15, 18, 21, 24. All right, so 24 gold would put us up to 76. So we should have 1 gold left, actually. And we gained a check mark. All right, let's just go ahead and do that enhancement. Finally. So why is this enhancement so valuable? Well, like I said, Stunshot is the Tinker's best card. Stunshot remains the Tinker's best card at basically almost any level. As I think Isio put it, if you could play a Tinker with 12 copies of Stunshot, you would. So yeah, I mean that's why. It's basically the class's best card, despite being a level 1 card. It's an attack that you're going to use every single time you can, and Wound combined with Stun obviously adds 2 damage. So it's a high efficiency enhancement for an attack that you're just always going to use a ton, which is what makes it so good. And the Tinker has very few valuable non-loss attacks. So yeah, best to enhance one of them. All right. Like to think 2, 3 ink bombs in there, but otherwise I would totally do that. Yeah. I mean, like I understand what you're saying, but Isio's point was more the idea that most classes in the game wouldn't be better if you could just have all that class be entirely copies of one single card. Now there are obviously some exceptions to that, but like the Mindthief, for example, wouldn't actually be a better class if you could have all Mind's Weaknesses or all Frigid Apparitions or all Perverse Edges. The Mindthief is actually like well-rounded and balanced as she is. But the Tinker legitimately would actually be a better class with all stun shots. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, I agree. Like, the Tinker would be even better, though, if you had all stun shots and a few ink bombs. Yeah, and I guess, like, a couple enhancement fields as well. And then that's about it. All right, so we're done there. So we gain 9 experience plus 10 experience, so 19. There was no other bonuses, right? That's okay though. We still make it. And so we get to level up as well. Okay. Over here we gained 27 experience. Plus 10, so 37. Bonjour, Lord Potatoes. J'espère que tu vas bien. All right, and we did gain 2 check marks. I'm good, thank you. My nose is a little annoying with the allergies, but other than that. All right, and then over here, only 6 experience, so we just gain a total of 16. We did not gain a check mark, but we did gain 21 gold. So 23. How much discount do we actually have, though? -2 discount, yeah. So let's go ahead and get this, which costs 18. Leaving us with 5 gold. So now we have an interesting question. We can sell this for 25, which would give us 30 gold. Would there be something that we would... I mean, is there a way that we would spend 30 gold, basically, that's better than the Drakescale helm? Or should we just save that gold until we get enough? I mean, should we just save the helm, basically, until we get enough to buy a Jade Falcon, or a Falcon figurine? Because we could have... So we don't really have any helmets. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the... Wait, did we really never get that? Yeah, we didn't get the item from Scenario 3, did we? No, we didn't. Alright. No, we just bought the Invis Cloak. Don't worry about that. We already had enough for that. We've got an Invis Cloak. So the question is now, with 5 gold and the helm, is it better to sell the helmet and buy something else? Yeah, it was the Spellweaver's fault. That's correct. So yeah, we don't have the good helmet, so we wouldn't really be able to replace it with a meaningful helmet. The Empowering Talisman is fine, but really would be more valuable once we have a summon, because with the new, I mean, with Hamana potions, it's just replacing. Isn't that valuable? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, first of all, I actually have to make the Major Hamana potion, but it's not just for laziness. I mean, well, or having been busy. I'm not sure that the Major Hamana potion is that valuable for the Scoundrel. I guess I'll end up buying it at some point. But, like, basically, for example, in this scenario, I could have easily used 1 more slice of ham, maybe 2, but I'm not sure if going, I mean, like, I'm not sure if I could actually use 5 charges, you know? Theoretically, I could, you know, sometimes use 2 charges in a turn when I'm just sitting around. But I'm not sure that that's that valuable. I mean, it is, but I think I would rather have a melee summon ally sooner rather than the ham potion. So it would basically just come down to, I guess, are there ever any interesting weapons? I guess it depends on your prosperity. Yeah, I mean, there's like the battle axe, which is okay. It just gives you 2 attack 5s. Again, I think the random item designs, I don't think any of those are relevant weapons. Yeah, I think ultimately I'd rather just save it. I think I'm going to wear the Drakescale helm for a little bit longer. The other argument would be, basically by buying the Iron Helmet, I would be losing 3 gold, and would the Iron Helmet maybe just be better? But I don't really want to tank that many attacks. Is there some particular reason why you're using this exact workshop game version? There is a better scripted version with better layout and design, but maybe that is my taste. Welcome, Borshik. So I'm using this one because the other mod, which is better scripted, is less convenient when doing rules as written setup. The automated setup, which is the scripted elements you're talking about, only allow you to do either hidden rooms or revealed rooms, neither of which are playing rules as written. And I prefer to play, at least in regards to how I set up, I mean, the difficulty of scenarios themselves, rules as written. So for that reason, I prefer to use this mod rather than the other one. Yeah, ultimately, I think I'd rather just save the helm for now. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll do something. I think it's probably better than buying an iron helmet. If I could have a free iron helmet, I would definitely take it. But I don't think the money is worth. I mean, I don't think the cost is worth it. Like, for example, what I mean to say is, if the iron helmets only cost 5 instead of actually costing 8 here, which means 3 real gold, I would just sell this and wear an iron helmet for now, and then I could replace the iron helmet when I have enough money for a summon item. But I think the summon item is more valuable than any of the other options really here. So I think I will just save for that. I think I'll keep wearing the Drakeskull helm. Just trying to increase the stats for this item, the game played time. All right. Yeah. I mean, the version's fine. It's not great. It's definitely not as good as the other one, I agree, but ultimately that one sticking point for me is just a little bit too much. But hopefully someday the other mod will accommodate rules as written, and then I will be able to switch over to that. All right, we can delete all this stuff. Ooh, I was stuck there for a while. All right. So yeah, I think we'll just stay as we are then. So we do need to do our leveling up though. So we've got a perk here for the Mindthief, which we got from check marks. This is very easy. It's a +2 ice. The other one. Now we definitely need to get. Oh, we need to remove those -1s as well before we forget. We definitely need to get 10 more gold on the Mindthief now though, so that we can finally get our enhanced empathetic assault. There we go. All right. So him done. So over here, first we'll do the perk. So what do I think is the best perk next? Can it be an add target? I think it maybe can be. I wonder what I recommended in the guide. I think this is a tough call. I suppose it's pretty close here no matter what. Crazy Guy released a new version of the Arsonist. I'll have to check that out. I haven't had time to be on the subreddit at all. I've got so much stuff that I'm got backed up. Gotta put some stuff on the class resources page. So I apologize to anyone who haven't taken care of their stuff. Oh, marriage proposal. That's cute. That's quite nice. All right, hold on. Tinker. So what did we actually suggest in terms of perks? It's been so long. So I did the +3 before the +0 at target. Oh no, I actually did the 2 +2s first. Interesting. 2 +1s, sorry. Does make your deck more consistent. I guess it's not a very good deck overall, but I'm not sure if I... Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see the argument for that. Just being able to get up to 2 damage consistently for your attacks is kind of significant. I think I'm actually leaning towards the +0 add target, though. The biggest reason for this is because, I mean, I'm just using Stun Shot all the time. And anytime I use Stun Shot, this is huge. Whereas getting extra damage on Stun Shot is less significant than being able to actually get a second Stun Shot, especially with the wound now. So I think I actually value this the most. And because I value this so much, I think I actually am more hesitant to get the 2 +1s. I would actually do this and then the +3. Yeah, let's go like that. Let's give this a try. I mean, it's pretty low percentage of the time that it actually impacts things, which I guess is the value of getting something which helps twice as often, but for a smaller amount. But I don't know. I think this is a pretty good perk here for the way we built our Tinker and for what our Tinker needs to do in this party. All right. Let's grab this, grab this, grab this, put all those away. Clear this. Man, that 27. I think that's the highest experience I've ever gained on someone outside of that one class, obviously. How much health do we have? Oops, it's actually up here. All right, and so we get to gain a card. Ooh, we're actually in the exciting levels now, right? All right, so level 5 cards. Got Noxious Files. Noxious Files is a good card, without a doubt. So the effect on the top of Noxious Files scales really well with Prosperity, obviously, because consumed items get better. When playing at Prosperity 4 without major stamina potions, the value of the top of Noxious Files is significantly less. That being said, we will have a summon item on this Scoundrel soon enough, which actually is going to make this better. And the bottom loss is a nice attack on Noxious Files. This is a nice bottom loss and pairs well with like being able to do this plus Ink Bomb in the same turn. Obviously very high cost, but allows you to output a ton of damage. It's just a nice card. The biggest strike against this is bad initiative combined with two situational halves. Like you don't always want to use the bottom, and while you can use it quite frequently, especially in higher party counts, then you lose access to the top. And the top is also like, it's not something you can use all the time. Although major stamina potions do change that. Two classes that fit that one class. Uh, huh. Interesting. Is there another class that gains that much experience? You can send me a private message if you'd like. I'd be curious to know which the other class could be. I can't think of any class that can match the class I was thinking of in experience gains. But I could just be forgetting something. It's been a while with some of the unlockable classes. Anyway, so yeah, Noxious Files is a nice card. Only let down a little bit by the situationalness of its two halves. And at the end of the day, Disintegration Beam is just amazing because the top, I would say, is even more powerful than either of the halves of Noxious Files, although maybe not necessarily the top of Noxious Files with like a certain Prosperity 9 item, which is just a really dumb item that exists. But anyway, um, but at this prosperity, I would say this is the most powerful of any of the halves while being highly situational. It can single-handedly win scenarios against things like flame demons, which are obviously some of the most difficult enemies in the game. But then the fact that it's coupled with free CC on bottom is just so nice, and this is going to help our party a lot to have this sort of move disarm effect, which also allows the Tinker to move next to something that the Scoundrel would attack by disabling it at the same time. So yeah, Disintegration Beam's Knight and Noxious Vials will definitely hang around as an option for the future because it's really not bad. All right, I'm just gonna take a look at my messages. All right, so what are we kicking out? Hmm, probably Net Shooter, I'm guessing. None of these cards, I mean, I guess, yeah, this could theoretically be down here as well. But basically, I mean, these cards are probably the worst cards here, but having a significant number of move fours is nice, especially when you have so many cards. It's nice to have some reasonable amount of movement, especially as this class doesn't spends a lot of turns not moving. The turns where you do move matter. This is, I mean, this seems like it's a move four, but obviously isn't really because we're always using the top of stun shot. And Ink Bomb is a nice move four, but I mean, we definitely almost every scenario will end up using the top of Ink Bomb at some point. And because we have 12 cards, it's not like we necessarily hold on to losses like many other classes do towards the end. I mean, to keep them towards the end of scenarios. So it's very possible that we use the top of Ink Bomb in the first room. And if that's going to happen, then we want to still have other move fours, which for that reason, I think it's quite reasonable to keep both these move fours. And I'd like to just hang on to them for now. So that just leaves these cards. While I think healing's not great, I do want to keep some amount of healing. It is one of the strengths, obviously, of this class. And both halves of Restored and Miss are nice, and the initiative is also really significant. So for that reason, that's staying. Which kind of leaves us with these. Reviving Shock is obviously getting worse, but we still lack that many non-loss attacks. So I think Reviving Shock is a pretty obvious choice. Then we kind of get here, but Enhancement Field works pretty well for us and works well with the Mass Hysteria for the Mindthief, even if it is difficult to pull off. So I think similarly, I would rather keep that over Net Shooter. Net Shooter is a fine loss, but we've got Ink Bomb, which does. I mean, the immobilize and net shooter isn't that frequently relevant because our allies are largely melee over ranged, so the immobilizing doesn't do so much. In a party with something like the Cragart and Spellweaver, net shooter would be much more valuable to us than it is in this party. All right. So here, just gonna be. Oh, it might actually not be completely the same cards. Let's see about the push. We actually have to decide which scenario we're going to do. I'll have to cut the recording. I've also got to get all the recordings uploaded. I hadn't had a chance basically to upload it all because my room has not been mined for a while. People visiting. All right. Scoundrel's deck is pretty much it's just staying the same no matter what. So we went to level 5 here, we went to level 5 here. We're level 4 here. So what? At 5, 5, 4, so this is 14, halved is 7, halved is 3.5. Wait, were we really? Were we only playing on +1? What? Woof. Alright. So we're only difficulty 4, right? Yeah. 14, half 7, half 3.5, rounded up as... Wait, were we playing on... Anywho, let's figure out what our actual difficulty is here. So 5 plus 5 plus 4 is 14. Halved is... Oh no, it's halving it instead of dividing by 3. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's been a while. Alright. That makes more sense. But we were only actually playing on +1 then still. Because it would have been rounded up to 3. Because it should have been, yeah. When we were 444, it was actually, I mean, 4 was +2. But when we were 445, 4 was +1. All right, so let's go up to 5 then. I think that's reasonable. Maybe we did that because we'd lost. No, I don't know. I don't know why we did it like that. Anyway, we're definitely going to go up to 5 now. Which scenario are we going to do, though? Continue down this path a bit, I suppose. We can do the armory. That's fine. So let's do that. Scenario 33. All right. So that'll be what we'll do next. Will be scenario 33. Guess we'll change our decks depending on what we see there. We can do our city and road events real quick, and then we'll come back. Well, then we'll cut the recording and go refill our water, take a couple minute break, and then come back. All right, let's change the screen. Okay, it's fine actually. Yep. All right, so we gained 1 reputation, and we each gained a bless. Almost back up to -3. Much better start than the last couple times. We did remove all the -1s, yep. All right, so let's just set up our little thing. And like I said, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Should actually just do this on here. All right, yeah. So, well, for the recording, this is where this video ends. Next, we'll be coming back with scenario 33. And for the stream, yeah, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Like I said, just gonna refill my water and have a snack. So I'll be right back. Yeah.